Minnesota about 2 weeks ago. It was real nice.
At the lake?
Yeah.
What lake is it?
Minnetonka. That's the big one.
Yeah, I've never been there.
That's where the big boats are.
Like huge, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Were you on a boat or?
My in-laws have a beautiful house on the lake with the boat, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so got some water skiing in.
Have you ever done a houseboat in your life?
Nope.
I haven't either. They look, I think like on Lake Powell or something, if you had like a jet ski or something on it, they look like they could be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I think they'd be a lot of fun.
I knew someone that owned one.
Sure. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, some of them, I mean, they can have like 5 bedrooms.
Oh, yeah.
I had to restart the whole thing.
I bet it's a lot of work, though, to own one. I bet it's like having a floating house, for goodness sake. I know the RV's a ton of work.
We're doing a college tour out in California, so we'll have a few days in San Francisco.
Oh, nice. What school?
San Fran.
That's some good eating over there.
What school is it?
He's going to go see Stanford. And,
Nice.
He's got to get in. What's the other one?
Okay.
He wants California, though.
In Berkeley, yeah.
Berkeley.
Yeah.
I think Talib went to Berkeley. I thought he did.
He went to...
Orange County?
No, you're probably right. It probably was.
He spent time in Orange County.
Talib's listening.
Yeah, he is.
Poor Talib.
No, I'm pretty
Can
sure.
you believe he turned 75?
Where'd you go? Oh, yeah, happy birthday, Talib. Where'd you go to school? Was it Berkeley? Southern California. Berkeley's got a multitude of campuses, I think. What's he going to major in, or what does he think he's going to major in?
We don't know. Maybe some kind of biology or something. Or
He doesn't want to.
He can do anything.
He doesn't want to do attorney.
This kid's a straight A student. So he took an SAT cold and got like 1,500 something.
Oh my goodness!
Just without even before the SAT class.
He's a walking brain.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was the state champion in academic bowl last year.
That's incredible.
Yeah. As a sophomore, which is kind of unheard of.
Will he graduate at least a year early, or he doesn't want to do that? Yeah, that's what I call a natural. There's kids that are smart and push their way through, but they got to study extra hard. Your kid sounds like school's probably almost nothing.
Yeah, he's got the math gene, which I don't have. his grandfather, on the other side, is a PhD math.
Really?
Yeah.
He could be a professional card counter.
Yeah.
That's right.
What do you do for a living? I play blackjack.
That'd be on to you.
Okay, another call after 12. Okay, the I-80 towing issue. I will be free after 12. Call you then.
What do we have to do? Start over the stream?
Yes.
What was it? Do you know?
I think because the laptop probably lost connection as well. I don't really know. I just had to restart it all.
It's kind of ironic. Tom was home and this happens. All right, 303-713-8255. 303 Martino. Hey, Axeman, are we going to have Kevin on after the break? Well, let's just go ahead. We'll wait till after the break because it's coming up. So, Acuna, here's what we're going to do. We got a couple things going on. I want to talk to Kevin and see how we could prove that there was water damage. But the fact that you own that vehicle for 12,000 miles and whatever that looks like in days or months creates a problem. They might say you did it, but how would you prove, and I'm being serious here, how would you ever even attempt to prove the auction house would know that there was damage if it had a clean Carfax? Maybe they got hoodwinked on it too, you know?
Yeah, I understand. I have a good thing. I parked the vehicle on my house, and I have, I can ask for the video and all that stuff of the vehicle after I finish working every day. Was parked in my house for the year.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that generally when you purchase vehicle in auction, you're bound by as its terms. But this relies on the account's disclosure of the vehicle's history, like flood.
Well, yeah, but that's the whole thing. Here's what they got going for them. This is what scares me. And once again, we are going to get Kevin on. He might have some ideas for me. But here's what scares the hell out of me. How would you ever prove that they knew about it? I understand disclosure, but they have to know about something in order to hold them to proper disclosure. How would you prove that they knew? They're simply going to say, nope, we looked at the Carfax just like you did, and it's a clean history. There's nothing about a flood. We had no idea there was a flood. How would you possibly prove that? Even if there is flood damage, and I believe there is flood damage, and let's say even an expert could come out and look at it and document this thing was in 2 feet of water for 3 weeks or whatever it happens to be. And it was a year ago before this guy even owned it. How would you possibly prove that they knew that, though?
Well, I'm not saying that the Richard brothers are guilty now. In this case, I mean, people, when they have something so bad and machinery and everything, they just turn around and send into action.
Yeah, hold on, man. Just hold on. 303-713-8255. We're going to have a couple lines open. Angela, I picked up on you real quick. I do want to know about this landscaping scam, so hold tight. I'm going to come to you after the break. 2 lines open, 303 Martino. Any questions for our real estate expert? 303-713-TALK. Okay. I'm going to use the wrist.
Bo sent me. Okay, who is this lady he interviewed that I'm looking at? What is this about?
That's a lady that hasn't had hot water for X amount of time. I said, get some video and interview so I can push people to it.
This is Bo. I'm with the Troubleshooter Show, AM 630. I'm interviewing Christina in apartment 12.
Refresh. Refresh should work. Oh, shoot.
Is it your place?
No, it's a friend of mine's.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Bo. You can sit over here.
You got rich friends there, Scott. Yeah, it's a chopper free day, right? How you doing? I haven't seen you in a while.
Good. How are you?
Is your one-handed paper hanger?
Nice.
Brad didn't get that. That's all right.
It's-
He wasn't listening to you? That's right. Brad wasn't listening to me.
I was just trying to watch we're having video issues.
Sounds like my kid.
Looks like.
Sound like my kid there, Brad. I wasn't listening to you, Dad. Yeah, I might be busy. I gotta take my kid up to Boulder tomorrow. I gotta start packing her up tonight.
Graduating?
No, she's a junior. She's got to be up there 3 weeks. She got
Oh, I see.
the RA job.
Oh.
And they want her there 2.5 weeks early.
Better than living off campus.
What's that?
Better than living off campus.
Oh, I want her to be on campus till she graduates.
Yeah, this
Brad.
landlords up there are vicious.
Yeah.
$1,700 a bed per month.
Yeah, and she gets great meals on campus. She's like, half of,
How long is each interview, Bo?
Oh, I was just watching.
Just
It
roughly.
was 45 seconds.
30 to 40 seconds.
Cool, perfect.
I think the first one's pretty good.
Can you upload those?
She's going to tell us what's been going on. How long have you not had hot water, Desiree? About a month.
Did we get a video when you were out there?
Okay. Is it 3 different people?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I talked to 6.
I'll upload them.
You can pick.
I'll upload all three.
The second gal came out with half her bra on.
Oh, I didn't see that.
No, her boyfriend says, "Would you talk to my girlfriend? Because she's good at talking." To Tom Martino.
Oh, she put a shirt on.
No, I said, "I can't." Christina, hi, I'm Bo. I'm with Tom Martino. How did I do in my intro?
Does she have she wearing a bra?
Yeah, I told her I had to cut it out. I said, I can't do this. Well, it's going to take 10 minutes for me to put some clothes on. I said, I am more than willing. How about I test your water? How about if I try to get a drink of hot water while you're putting your clothes on?
That is hilarious.
But it's just cold water, huh?
It's lukewarm, but the problem is there's no pressure. I mean, it just spits out, and it's lukewarm. Then
Like, how long would it take to fill this up, you think? What does that mean? Just, I mean, like if you tried to take a shower, would you even get wet?
No, I asked, what do you guys do for showers? And one guy says he fills up the sink. It takes like 10 minutes, and he splashes water on his body.
So, oh my God, the pressure is that bad?
Yeah, so when I went down and talked to the manager's
We'll do it
assistant-
on air.
All right. It's good. It's really good. And I tell you what,
So you got in touch with the manager, too.
I left. It's a manager's assistant, and she says, "Yeah, we know you called." And I said, "Well, are they going to talk to me?" Well, no, they're busy with the hot water system. I said, "Well, if they're here, let me go down and look." And I didn't see any contractor trucks.
Nothing.
You know,
So they're lying.
I think they're lying. I said, "I'm a heating guy." I said, "I was really nice." I said, "Let me help you guys. I know about pumps because I think it's a pump." I think she was not smoking, but eating cigarettes.
Oh, okay.
One of the cigarette eater.
Are you allowed to smoke in condos? I guess so. Isn't it an old folks' home, too?
It's kind of Section 8. I think it's all Section 8. And all these people did not, they were really afraid because they were afraid of retaliation. But I just used their first name. But I told them I'm here to help. I said,
So some of the people that didn't want to be interviewed, they're afraid of retaliation.
all but that Christina.
Wow.
But I got it.
Do you want me to share it now or wait?
What do you mean?
The link to the interviews.
You can put them up now. Welcome, my friends, to the only show of a kind. We are here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. Here's the bottom line. You've been ripped off. We've helped people recoup over $300 million. You know, I don't want to say we're a lot of people's last effort, but if you can't afford an attorney, you know, we have attorneys that help us, like Brad O'Brien is here today with O'Brien Legal Services. Really great guy. Anything commercial, residential, real estate, buying, selling, anything, property disputes, you name it. Landlords, he's a wealth of information when it comes to how to deal with tenants in certain circumstances. And tenants, he's a wealth of information when it comes to bad landlords. He's a great guy. We do have a couple lines open, 303-713-8255. I'm a little... I want everybody to understand something with Acuna. So Acuna called, and we have Kevin Calkin in. I'm going to just bring Kevin up for this kind of recap. But Acuna called. He bought a truck from Ritchie Brothers in Longmont. It's an auction. And he bought it as is. He knows that. But when you sell a vehicle, there are certain things you have to disclose. We have calls on this all the time. If it's a salvage title, you basically have to disclose it. You have to. That's it. If you go to a regular dealership or even an auction like Ritchie Brothers and you purchase a vehicle and it says it's a clean title and they give you a clean title, but then you go to register it and it's obvious there is a salvage title. Maybe it was washed, maybe something happened to it in a different state, but it was salvaged at one point. Let's just say it's on the Carfax. A lot of times that's how people find out. There's a piece of paper in Colorado you have to sign acknowledging you realize you're buying a branded or salvaged title. You have to sign that. If you didn't sign that, then you can get the deal undone because they didn't disclose that. But Kevin, in this case, what happened is it sounds evident there was damage due to a flood. Hey, Acuna, let me ask you, the mechanic that found the problem. Well, first of all, let me ask you this, Kevin. He drove the vehicle 12,000 miles and the engine went out. He brought it up to get looked at, and they're saying it was flood damage is why the engine went out and possibly the transmission. But I don't understand why it would go 12,000 miles. So let's start there.
That's a hard one to prove, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's exactly where I'm at. So, Acuna, what are they saying? What is the mechanic saying the flood damage is? Like what? Where is it?
Well, when he started putting apart the engine, to fix and all that stuff, he noticed that. Says, "Hey, where do you buy this vehicle?" And I told him that. And says, "Well, this vehicle was exposed in the flood and all that. Is why you have all this corrosion damages in there, and it make your engine to blow out." And he's on a transmission too as well, because I have previous.
It's just a simple. Listen, man, I think he can look at it and see water lines. I think he can see damage to parts of the vehicle, but I don't think you would have water inside the engine and it would run for 12 months.
No, what they did is, of course, they emptied all the fluids and all the stuff, put brand new fluids on the tranny and all that, so nothing will appear to be damaged. But because of the corrosion and everything originally caused the engine to blow out.
Kevin, is that possible after 12,000 miles?
How many miles are on the vehicle now?
There are 48,000 miles, and I bought it with 36,000.
Well, it's not a lot, yeah. It's going to be a hard road to prove that you had it for a year and put 10,000 miles on it and then want to go back.
Yeah, but I'm not even. Listen, I don't think he has a chance in hell of getting a nickel back from the auction. If you pull a Carfax or anything, this thing's got a clean title, man. 100% clean title. It's not salvaged. He's saying he's assuming that either Ritchie Brothers knew there was flood damage or maybe the owner before, but he's saying someone knew it, but I don't think he's going to get anything out of there. But all I'm talking about with you, Kevin, is can you have flood damage to an engine and drive it 12,000 miles?
No, not in my opinion, you can't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Acuna. I don't think it has anything to do with it.
They drain it, definitely. They put a new fluids, a new oil change, and all that. When I went and checked the vehicle, it has some brand new oil. I said, wow, these guys take care of the vehicle themselves.
Kevin, I'll give you a stab at explaining why you don't think that can happen.
It's even like a blown head gasket, Mark. If you get oil and water mixed and you change the head gasket, change the oil, and do everything, you may not make it 1,000 miles before the bottom end goes out.
Let alone 12,000.
Lubrication, let alone 12. Yeah, that's a mountain to climb to prove that.
Yeah,
and of course it was hard to prove that, because how are you going to see inside the engine that it was exposed onto water until you open it up?
Acuna, here's what Kevin's saying. Listen, he's saying if there was water in that engine at any time inside the engine, even if they drained it, put new oil in it, put new transmission fluid, put new power steering fluid, put new everything, you still wouldn't be able to drive 12,000 miles because the water already did the damage.
Yes, correct.
That's kind of hard to get down. I mean, because the vehicle was working a little bit around, and like suddenly, with the time I noticed it was losing power.
Well, what you probably should have done was actually get it checked out before you bought it from a mechanic.
No, I did. I mean, I took it to the mechanic, exactly my mechanic, and says, "Well, something's going on with this engine. I don't know what it is until I open it up."
Yeah.
And I don't want anything to open it up. I mean, $6,000 just to check it out will be too expensive to it.
Yeah.
But
how much is he quoting you on the new engine, by the way?
So far it's $18,500.
Oh my God! What kind of vehicle is this?
It's a tow vehicle.
Yeah, but what kind of engine?
That is 2016 line. It's a tow truck.
I guess that does sound in line, doesn't it, Kevin?
It could be. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. Did you say it was a Cummins? What is it?
It's a Cummins, yes.
Yeah.
The diesel. Yeah,
that's big dollars.
Shouldn't those usually get like 7 million miles on them, Mark?
Yeah. Knowing it's a diesel now, does that change any of your thoughts on the damage, the water damage?
It's still almost impossible to prove. For one at the auction had any knowledge. You know?
I'm not talking whether or not the.
I know what you're saying, and it would be hard pressed to prove. It would.
Yeah, I get it. Acuna, unfortunately, there's just really not much in this scenario, I will ask you this. I'll end this with you. If you would like me to have one of our deputies call over and see if they're willing to do anything, I don't mind doing that at all. So would you like us to do that? Because I'm assuming they're telling you to pound sand.
I haven't even notified them at all. I was going to type an email and send that to them. But I will appreciate any help that I can get from anyone, especially you. I will appreciate that.
So let's do this. Deputy Scott, you want to take a stab at this? See if they're willing to do anything. I got to be honest, though. I don't think they're going to do anything, and I don't think they knew anything. And because it had a clean Carfax and the title is clean, they didn't have to provide any disclosures. I mean, it's sad though, Kevin. But what I don't understand how to get through to Acuna is I don't think you can have internal damage due to water or other liquids inside your engine, then simply change out the fluids and drive it 12,000 miles, and it fails because the water was in there 12,000 miles ago.
That's the one I'm hanging on to, Mark. Yeah, I can't see how that works that way.
And it sucks. And you know what? He said he did go and get it checked out, and the mechanic signed off on it. No, actually, he said the mechanic wanted $6,000 to tear it apart, but thought something was going on. So that is a little crazy. That might have been why you shouldn't have bought it, huh?
He hopefully got a really good deal.
Yeah, hopefully he did. You know what? If you put $18,000 in it, though, and you have a good tow truck now, my God, that probably really is worth it. Go ahead.
So, Kevin,
Yep.
Hold on.
I agree.
wouldn't it be possible when they tear the engine down that once they tear it apart, they could find out?
I don't think he's coming over, is he? Hold on, Bo. I don't know if you're on. Let me do this. I got to take this break. Kevin Calkin, by the way, Sheridan Auto Tech. I want to tell everybody out there, not diesel, so. But if you have a car and you need alignment and alternator, set of brakes, oil changes, cooling system flushes, air conditioning services, power steering pumps, all that kind of stuff we've all dealt with, Kevin can do all that. But if you need diagnostics, you got a bad engine knock, you need an engine, he'll have different options for you. He can do a rebuild. He might even be able to find a good used one. Same with transmissions. The guy is great in everything they touch. 36-month nationwide warranty, backed by a 36,000-mile guarantee as well. SheridanAutotech.com, our expert right here. SheridanAutotech.com. Edward, what is your question for Brad? Edward?
It's more of like a hypothetical.
More of a hypothetical.
Let's say that I'm going to. Let's say that I'm fishing in a river, and I come across a couple of residential properties. Do I fish in front of their property, or do I move along past their property line?
If you're fishing in a river, I want to get this straight. We're going to take this break, but he's saying if we're fishing in the river, I think I know what he's saying. So let's say whether you're in a boat or if you're out there fly fishing and you're walking down a river like up by Deckers, I guess he's asking, can I do it? I don't know. We'll clarify. Hold tight. 303-713-8255. Do you have any idea what he's asking?
Yeah, there's a lot of vicious court cases going on in Colorado Supreme Court on this issue.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like right now, because what they do.
Previously. It's an issue.
Well, you got some time to.
Fishing issue.
Vestera Turnkey. Let me tell you what Barry Miller can do. He can help you invest in property in a house and become a landlord, even if you know nothing. It's pretty remarkable. He's going to find the right house in the right area, the right property manager. If you need help with the loan, the right loan guy. You get the idea. It's not going to be in Colorado because right now we're at the top of the market. He's got a knack for finding markets that are going to grow. You got to check it out. It's all turnkey. VesteraTurnkey.com. There was one in Florida. I want to say Mark Wahlberg. Somebody like Mark Wahlberg. It might have not been Mark Wahlberg. And they had beachfront property, either California or Florida. And people were walking down the beach, and he didn't want all these people on his beach. And
California, it's public beach. And
like Hawaii almost, right?
yeah, and you've got the private owners discouraging people from using the narrow pass-throughs. They hide it or block it off.
I got you, but they're not supposed to.
Right. Especially in Malibu.
In the rivers, what they're saying is, so if there is a river flowing and someone owns the house there, I mean, in general, are you allowed to fish there? Is there?
It depends on the river.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
Don't you need permission? You have to at least ask for permission.
Depending on the river.
I know when I used to go fishing up in Granby, we always took the owner of the house a couple watermelons and say, hey, can we mind fishing there for a couple of hours? But if you didn't, he'd throw you off, because it's his creek. But you're right, Brad, it probably depends, huh?
Yeah.
My cousin owns a rafting company up in Gunnison, and they've been rafting for 20 years. And a lot of these Texans came up and bought property along the river, and they tried to shut them.
Mm-hmm.
But shoot, I think it went all the way to the Supreme Court. And they ruled they could raft, but they couldn't get out of the raft.
Right.
They could
That's what I
raft, but they couldn't get out and walk onto the riverbed or the shoreline, except in certain areas. But they spent a lot of money in legal fees on that. Brad, isn't that term, you ever heard that term, a riparian right?
Yeah.
Does that mean you have a right to the shoreline? Like if it flows through your...
No, riparian rights refers to the whole topic.
It refers to what?
The topic of rights, of the rights in this area. It doesn't say what the right is.
Oh. But there's good money in those cases. Well, Sue's got your lemon.
I mean, if
drops now.
if you're referring to consumer rights, you're not really saying what the right is.
Like I have an irrigation ditch that runs through my property. It's not my ditch, but I feel I have a
But if I tell you you have consumer rights, I'm not telling you what right you have, what that means. So if I say you have riparian rights, I'm not telling you what that means.
That means it doesn't know.
No, but you asked me, is this right?
It's a set of rights.
It's just a set.
It's the topic.
It's a topic. It's not a specific.
There's actual rules under how the rights work is a separate question.
Oh. So Scott, I'll make you a batch next week.
Sounds like a plan.
I was going to do.
Chopper will be gone next week too.
Well, I might come in. I would have done. I wasn't expecting him coming in today, or I would have made it. Well, I ran out of stuff last night.
Oh.
I'll make you a batch. Yeah, Sue's beat you to it.
I guess so.
Also, Mark, we can talk about the mattress too that I dropped off over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
To Chucky, the homeless guy.
That one was crazy, too. I think we called you on that, too, Brad.
Yes, you did, and he wasn't there. It was kind of interesting. The neighbor built a big fence, like a privacy. I could see both sides of it because I couldn't remember the address. It took me a week to figure out where I should go because I didn't fucking write down the address. And then I had my kid and I drove around for like 30 minutes. I go, yeah, this is the place. But yeah, it's a nice it's a hilltop neighborhood. So I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to see my neighbors' relatives sleeping out on the porch.
McDonald's title girl called me.
Oh, she
She's
did.
going to help us. She's like, oh, this sounds really interesting.
Is she coming on?
Not right now. She wants to get all the information.
What did you do? Email Steve?
I texted Steve, and then this gal called me. Super nice. I don't know that she's willing to come on the air, but she is willing to help us.
Wow.
Ask
So-
her, tell her
We'll get her to get all the info first.
Okay.
To see what she thinks, and then we'll get her on.
This is great.
Yeah.
We'll buy her an IPA.
Don't encourage, Bo. Goodness.
All right, listen, we have got a ton going on. We just heard from the great people over at McDonald Hyundai. Actually, I say that, the McDonald Group. I always call them McDonald Hyundai because I think I bought 8 Hyundais, 2-3 Genesis, and probably 8 to 10 Hyundais over the years from them. Great people, great dealership. I reached out to basically the GM over there, and Suzanne just received a call from the title people. And these are the people that really know what's going on with the title. So we're going to let everybody know about the Carvana call first hour. And you can always listen to it on the podcast. But this poor guy buys a Carvana car. He's had it 5 months. He's titled it. He has a registration in his name. The title's clean even till this day. And they're trying to force him to undo the deal. Can you imagine that? They're trying to literally force him to bring the car back. I've never heard anything like it in my life. They're claiming there's a lien on it they didn't know about. But as far as Colorado's concerned, in DMV, there's no lien on it. The only lien on it's the one he has. It's bonkers. But we're going to get to the bottom of that, and he wants to keep it. It's a beautiful 2025. But if you didn't hear the call, go back to first hour. It's unbelievable. Now, we got a few things going right now. I'm going to finish up with this question that Edward has for Brad, but I do want to tell you about Water Pros. Paul has got the best water systems for the least amount of money. Period. End of story. I don't like using the word cheap in commercials, but quite frankly, they're cheap when it comes to cost, but they're high quality systems. I own one, so I can say that. They have a system right now, listen to this, less than $5,000. This thing gets rid of the chlorine. It gets rid of the microplastics. It softens the water. It's like an all-in-one dream machine for your house. And it's under $5,000. You realize Culligan and some of these other people could be $15,000 for that, maybe even $20,000. Waterpros.net. Ask for Paul, waterpros.net. Now, Edward, explain your question for Brad. You were saying if you're fishing, you mean like fly fishing? You mean like in a raft, in a canoe? Paint the picture for us.
Like Big Thompson River up here in northern Colorado, just going down the river, fly fishing, come across residential properties. And I don't know if I should fish in front of them or just, walk past until I don't see any houses and then fish.
Go ahead, Brad.
Okay, well, in Colorado, you can stand and wade and fish in or around a river if you have the landowner's permission. Otherwise, you don't, and you'd be trespassing because in Colorado, all of the rivers are owned by the adjacent landowners. Each landowner owns to the middle of the river.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So if you're on the other side to me, we both own halfway through the river.
Yeah. Other states, I think Colorado is the minority on this issue, but other states, the whole river. I mean, obviously in Colorado, the water is public. You can float down and fish from your boat, but you cannot wade or stand in the water or on the banks unless you have the owner's permission.
I'm glad you clarified that. So if I'm in a boat or an inner tube floating down, can I fish from the boat?
Of course, the water's public.
I can't walk or wade like fly fishermen.
Yes, the water.
Wow. Edward, did you know that?
No, I did not.
That is crazy.
That's good information.
That's great information. So if I even stop there, let's just say I dropped anchor in front of some guy's house and I'm just fishing from my boat.
No, that doesn't qualify.
That doesn't because I'm not floating.
Dropping an anchor is a trespass.
God dang, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Edward, does that answer your question?
It absolutely does. Thank you for answering my question, Brad.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the call, Edward. That's crazy, man. I did not know that. I had no idea about that. Is there some states that you know of, and you might have just said this, where all the rivers are owned by the state?
Yeah, Montana is a state where the river and the riverbed is public.
It is public.
Yeah, and even up to the high water mark.
I know, like in Hawaii, that even if you're in, let's say you're at the Ritz-Carlton or the fanciest thing you can imagine, even their beach is public. In other words, they might not be able to go through the hotel grounds to get to the beach, but they can go next to the hotel and walk down to the beach. And I mean anybody. And that's pretty interesting. And I think you said California is similar?
Yeah, California, their beaches are public. You've got a lot of private homeowners with the big houses in Malibu who try to discourage people from using the beach in front of their house, but they don't have that right.
They don't. I mean, even though, what do they own up to? Do you know? I know you don't practice in California.
I don't know on the ocean. That's different. But in California, you have a lot of very narrow passageways to get from the street to the beach.
Yep.
And
are they almost like an easement?
Yeah. No, I don't know if it's actually not part of the if it's an easement or if it's not part of the house next to it. But there have been cases where those homeowners have discouraged people from using it. They hide the entrance or they block the entrance.
And you're not supposed to.
No.
I can it'd be kind of weird. You have the Beverly Hillbillies show up and, you're one of those superstars out there in Hollywood or whatever that looks like. That's some kind of crazy stuff. 303-713-8255. Now, hold on real quick, Bo. When I said to people out there, any real estate questions, I was not expecting that one. I thought that was a very good question.
I know about it.
You were on it.
Oh, it's gone to the Supreme Court in Colorado twice. In 1979, established the rule about you can't stand in the river. But just in 23, somebody tried to challenge it and change the law, and the Supreme Court in Colorado said no. If the state of Colorado doesn't want to claim ownership of the riverbed, then a private fisherman cannot try to do that on the state's behalf.
Can you imagine, if the guy across from you was fine with people stopping and fishing on his side, but they might as well be on your side at that point, even though technically they're not. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I just didn't know it worked that way. All right, any questions for Brad? Anybody out there needs help? 303-713-8255. Two lines open. Angela, what's going on with this landscaping deal? What are we talking about here?
Hi, guys. So we got a text message from somebody who claimed to be a homeowner and said that they needed some sod install done. They only wanted to do a portion of the yard. They were selling the home. They just wanted for appearance.
Angela, Angela, do you work for a sod company?
No, I have a landscape company.
You have okay, hold on. She has a landscape company. She has someone call up. Think about this, Brad, pretending to own a house or something, and I don't know where it goes. But I wonder if they went out, they did landscaping, then they find out whoever called didn't even own the house. That would be crazy. Hold tight. That would be bonkers.
Wow.
And Bo, I'll come back to whatever you were going to say, too.
I got a question about these water rights, river rights.
Maybe the caller thought the house looked unsightly.
Brad, I'll tell you
We need sod put in.
So, when you're a homeowner and own half that riverbed, do you own I don't want to bring it up on here, do you own the surface rights of the river, or do you own the riverbed?
Riverbed.
It's the riverbed?
The riverbed, not the water.
Not the surface rights.
What surface? The water? Water's public.
Yeah. No?
Water's public.
Okay, just the riverbed.
Yep.
Interesting, okay. Mark, are you guys going to be in all week?
People say, why do you like Excel Roofing? Well, I'll tell you why. They've been around the state like 20 plus years. Here's another reason I love them. They're certified and trusted by Owens Corning, Malarkey, GAF, Da Vinci, almost every roofing company out there. They're certified to install their products, and that means you get the longest, the best warranties. Family owned. It's not private equity. A lot of the roofers out there are owned by private equity. What does that mean? Well, the owners are basically bankers. That's what they are, and they want a certain amount of return on their profit, and they will do whatever it takes to get it. Not with Excel Roofing. You're dealing with a company right here, a family-run business, Really, it's crazy. My roof's from Excel. Tom's roof is from Excel. They do everything too. Check this out. They do repairs. Most people only show up to do brand new roofs after a hailstorm. These guys can help you out with roof repairs all year round. Gutters, and then of course roof replacement with any kind of shingle you can imagine. I got F-Wave from them about 5 years ago, and it's a synthetic and it's hailproof. I'd have to have like 2 or 3 inch hail in order for my roof to have any damage. They do permanent lighting. How about this? How about you're selling your house or you're looking to buy a house and you need a certification? Excel will come out and do a certification for you. They also do siding and painting as well. You're going to love dealing with these guys, I promise you. You're going to love Henry. You're going to love Jay. You go to excelroofing.com. You're crazy if you don't. excelroofing.com.
There's the purchase agreement. Okay, get me the other stuff, Dwayne. Dwayne.
I am going to ask you that, Brad, so I don't know what her question's going to be, but if someone tricks a landscaping company or a deck company into going out to some other house that they don't even own and building a deck, I mean, what happens there? I assume they could lien the property. I mean, because the property did get a deck.
Yeah, I can talk about that.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
I wonder if that's, this will be so curious if that's what Angela did. They went out and landscaped something that the person that called didn't own.
That's some interesting calls today.
That's a real
We have
crazy.
another interesting coming up at noon.
Oh, yeah?
We had a guy that rented out. This was in Denver. It was before COVID. He went down and rented a house. He met a person there, looked at the house, signed a lease with it, and moved in. Just to find out, total bullshit. The guy didn't own the house, took first and last month's rent and the current rent that he paid, 3 payments, and split. And then one of the neighbors was like, what's going on? No, they're like in Hawaii for a month or something. Literally, that's how it went down. It was absolutely crazy. You would never think if you went and looked at a house to actually pull an O&E on it before you...
Yeah, you wouldn't think that.
Who would think that?
We put a furnace in a wrong house. We got
You did?
Yeah, instead of south, it was a south address instead of north. We did a whole install on a job, and the guy says, I really appreciate it. He let us in, we did the install.
Was he like a renter?
What are you guys here for?
No, he's a fucking homeowner.
Oh, my
I thought it
gosh.
was some kind of joke or something. And the lady called and said, hey, how come you're not here doing my job? And I go, well, we're finished. And we did it. It was like 200 South Federal instead of 200
Right.
North Federal.
What'd you end up doing?
You know what? We were at their mercy. And because we took their old equipment.
Did they pay you anything?
They did. They said,
Okay.
you know what? We gave them a very significant discount, but we lost our ass. Now we triple checked.
Oh,
the
look, we're
address.
above 54 today. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was very embarrassing.
I wonder why crude oil drops so. I never know what's going on anymore. I'm not sure I care.
Yeah, crude oil's dropping, but the gas.
It dropped like a
prices-
rock today.
But the gas prices at the pump aren't dropping.
The Dow just broke 54,000. There's Dave Ramsey.
Yep.
Susie, you gonna be in all week?
Well, tomorrow Tommy's going to be on the show,
Yes.
I'll be at home tomorrow, yeah.
so he'll be remote.
Wow, good.
And
for
then
Tom.
Thursday, I'm not sure. And Friday, I'm not sure.
Friday, hopefully not.
Why is that good for Tom?
I'll come in Friday and harass the car guys.
What's that?
Why is that good for Tom? Is it good for
He wasn't feeling good.
He's not been
Oh,
feeling
sorry.
Yep, everybody's calling Bo Messy Bo.
That's
Yeah.
really that's
I'm like-
impressive about your son in math,
I don't have
man.
any food in here.
I vacuumed
His
today.
brain must
Mark
work
and
just a
I
lot
were
different
before the show.
when it comes to numbers. I mean, seriously.
All my
We
kids,
all got here,
straight
we
A's.
wiped all of
They could
his
take
sound.
physics, chemistry, math.
I won't bring
They took like
food.
calculus
You.
5, everything.
And it's all numbers,
This,
though.
because
I mean,
this is my
I got that gene. I don't have it. That's why I'm a lawyer.
That's no.
yeah.
Don't have to worry about him.
Who's that one lawyer? I think Ramos. It's like he's a personal injury lawyer and an MD.
Yeah.
I always like his commercials. It's kind of like, I am the expert witness.
Yeah, that bastard. Yeah, he's suing.
All right, 303-713-8255. Man, do we have a lot going on. Suzanne was just telling me about a call coming up that you're just not going to believe. We're going to get that lined up next hour. I do want to get right back to Angela, though. I got to understand the scam if it happened to her. So Angela owns a landscaping company. I don't know if they pulled the wool over her eyes, but basically, how does a scam go down, Angela? Describe what happens.
So I knew kind of from the beginning it was very fishy and kind of a scam. So they did not pull the wool over our eyes, but I just want to make sure that nobody else rushes into this and then it happens to them. But basically, he said, can you go out, get the measurements, send me an estimate? We did that, which is scary because we were on somebody's property without actual permission. But so we got the estimate, sent it over to him. And then he said, great, let's do it. So at this point we were texting back and forth. And then he told me, well, I'm going to have to mail you a check and because I'm out of town. And I said, well, I don't do that. I can do an electronic check. I can take, credit card over the phone, anything like that. But he's like, well, I don't do anything like that. I'm like, okay, how about Venmo? Anything. And he's like, no, I don't do that. And I'm like, okay, well, we don't really take just checks to the mail. He's like, don't worry about it. Just cash it. And when it clears, then you can start to work. That
there
way
you
you'll
go.
feel comfortable. I'm like,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm
Until
like,
3 weeks later and the bank comes back and snags that money out of your account.
Yeah, because a new person's check that my bank doesn't recognize, they're going to hold it for 2 weeks. So I would be using my own money. But the rest of the scam, basically, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to see how far I can take this and see what the real scam is. So then I said, okay, you know what? I'll send you an address to send, the check to tomorrow. And but I'm like, I got to call the realtor, work things out with him because I need to get in the house. I need to check where the sprinklers are. I need to make sure he's not coming to do a showing when we're tearing the yard up. He's like, no. The realtor doesn't know anything about this. I'm the owner. You need to deal with me. And I said, well, I understand. I am dealing with you, but I do need to let them know what's going on. And he's like, don't worry about that. He's like, we'll take care of all that right before you start the work. So then I called the realtor. I let them know what was going on. They didn't seem too concerned about it. But and then he sent me a text the next day and was like, hey, I'm also going to send you a check. I'm sending you one check. It's for your compensation. But there's an electrician that's working at the house. He'll meet you there, and I need you to pay him out of this check. That was the other part of the scam.
I got it.
So I'm assuming this guy is this supposed electrician, and he's just going to show up one day, and I'm just supposed to hand him a bunch of cash. So, yeah, I just don't want anybody. I mean, if I were to have gone out there and done the work, not only am I out the money from the bank, but I'm also out the supplies, the labor, and I would have to put a lien on the house. And this poor, unsuspecting owner of the home doesn't even know what's going on.
That's where I wanted to ask Brad something. That whole scam you explained, I mean, it's pretty typical. That's it. It's an overpayment, and then you pay other people. Then all of a sudden the cards come falling down and your bank account's in the negative. But Brad, out of curiosity, if she did go out there and do landscaping, let's say a retaining wall, and let's say sod, and let's say a deck that, did $15,000 to $20,000 worth of work at this house, thinking she was dealing with the owner, only to find out when the job was done, wasn't the owner. And the real owner is like, wait a minute, I never hired you. That's a rental house. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Why you would show up and do this work is beyond me. Could she lean it and most likely prevail in court? What do you think on a situation?
Well, it could go either way, because if the homeowner does not know about the work and the homeowner didn't hire a general contractor who then hired the landscaping company, no, there's no mechanics lien. Now, if a homeowner, if a homeowner hires somebody to do work, there's a mechanics lien. If a homeowner hires a general contractor who then hires the sub, and the first contract between the homeowner and the GC is in writing, then the sub does have a lien against the house for the mechanics lien. But if there's no written contract and the homeowner doesn't know about the work, there's no mechanics lien.
So that would be it. I mean, he'd have a free deck at that point.
The homeowner would, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of scary within itself. Angela, that's crazy. I mean, you guys kind of did fall for it a little bit. You got a little sucked into it.
A little bit, to the point where we went out and did the estimate and everything. But we have a lot of people that contact us from out of town. They have rental properties. We mostly work word of mouth. So that's why I was a little put off from the very beginning.
What do you guys do? Like, do you guys do like monthly maintenance, like you mow the yard, or do you do more like decks and retaining walls, or more of sod, or what do you guys do?
We do lawn aeration. We do sprinkler repair, sprinkler install. We do. We do have some property management companies that we work with where, sometimes we do have to go out and mow and trim, just last minute things. I work with some realtors that, we just try and help out however we can, but we mostly do sprinklers and lawn aeration. We do sod install, cleanups, things like that.
So you guys would be perfect for someone that bought like a new KB home, and KB only did the front yard and the backyard's nothing but dirt.
Yeah.
I got you. Or someone that just wants, whatever ripped out they've had for 30 years, and you guys come in and kind of redesign it and make it look great.
Yeah, zero-scaping, things like that. So, yeah.
You know what? I appreciate you calling in. Hey, Axeman, grab her information. We need someone like that on referral list. I'm going to have Dimitri talk to her, but we need someone that we can just trust. This time of year, we got to find some
good.
landscapers.
Does she do AstroTurf? She's still online. Do you do that?
I'm sure she does. If she does sod, most of them do it. There's a lot to that. We looked into it at our old house, and it's kind of neat. It looks good all the time. It's kind of weird in winter. Our neighbor in our cul-de-sac had the fake grass, and you couldn't even tell it was fake grass until winter came. And then, of course, it's the only green grass out. But I watched him put it in. His was like on a bed of like little rubber balls. I think they made out of tires.
Almost like granules.
Yeah, granules. So if you have pets, of course, it's still eventually, it's got to get through the side. So you can't, you got to have it be able to soak through. You got to be able to take a power washer to it. But then it needs to soak through down to the ground, or else it's just going to keep the odor within itself like a carpet. So, but his was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, but that stuff, especially when we've been in our motor coach in Vegas,
hot.
It gets so hot
Hotter
for the puppy's paws. Oh my gosh.
Our dogs were like this.
They were just dancing on it. They were burning.
Oh, that was horrible. She had to run these dogs. So we were coming back. We went through Oregon, California.
This was summer of 2024.
We stopped at some of the nicest beaches. California is so crazy. We were in one area, it was 110 degrees out, 110 in California. And then 45, 50 miles away.
Right.
Towards the coast.
Yeah, there was a nuclear reactor there, or a nuclear facility.
Avila Beach.
What was it?
Avila Beach.
Avila Beach was like 70 degrees.
And beautiful.
50 miles away. That 50-degree swing, same day.
How could that be?
I don't know how that can be, but it definitely be. And then we hit Vegas, so coming back, we weren't really going to stop, but we ended up spending 2 or 3 days there, and that's where that grass was.
Yeah.
And it was horrible.
On our little camping lot.
Oh, it was absolutely horrible. That grass was so hot, she was out with the dogs like 5 a.m., or you simply couldn't bring them outside because of their paws. We would end up basically throwing them into the back, picking them up, putting them in the back of the SUV.
Taking them to real grass.
Yeah, and going to real grass. It was really crazy. Hey, real quick, Peter, before I go to break, what is going on with PNC?
Well, they blocked me from using my asset, my HSA account.
All right, hold on a second. We're going to come back to that. And Ozzy, what is your question for Brad?
Yeah, my question is about the story about the HOA in King Carroll, and how can if the HOA has any standing?
Is this something in the news right now? What is it?
It's no. I don't live there or anything. I'm just curious. like about the water usage and the homeowners being.
Oh, you're saying can the HOA limit the water use? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like if they can uphold the water usage or maintenance of the lawn.
Suzanne, what do you see on it?
I'm seeing the headline right now of Ken Carroll Ranch homeowners caught between drought restrictions and HOA landscaping rules. So what do you do when the city's restricting water, but the HOA is saying,
oh, wow,
you better keep it looking good?
Wow. Think about that over the, I get it. That's crazy. You're not allowed to water, but as your grass is dying because you can't water, the HOA is fining you. Oh, my goodness. That's a double
courtesy
whammy.
notices, Mark.
Yeah, you can't win in that. We're going to see what our legal expert, Brad O'Brien Legal Services, has to say about that right after this. That is between a rock and a hard place.
I think the HOA needs to offer some leniency.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't know. I guess they could always argue. They could argue, get rid of the grass and zero-scape. That's fine.
It's the Scott and Sue's legal minds.
That's right. We got this down. This one dialed in.
I'm going to use you in this one.
What is it?
Discount. Was it Stephen or Stefan?
It's Stephen.
That's what I thought. But it's spelled weird, right?
Not really. It's just weird to us.
Oh.
I screwed all that up. I set the precedent.
Oh, you did?
I did. Thinking it was Stefan.
DiscountBath.com. Suzanne, we just used them probably, 6-7 months ago?
We sure did, Mark.
What was your favorite part?
Helping me design and taking out some guesswork for me on colors and style. I loved it.
It was crazy. We ended up with all black fixtures. In this one bathroom, we literally have a black toilet, beautiful black pedestal sink. You looked at American Standard, Kohler. We went with Kohler.
Yes, and they helped me pick out this beautiful, what's called champagne bronze fixtures, the water fixtures.
Yeah, which matches everything else we got going. They even went as far as paint in the towel holder, everything. You name it. The toilet paper holder, for that matter, they helped pick out. The bathroom was transformed. It's absolutely beautiful. Now ask me my favorite.
Oh, I already know, Mark.
The price. It was discounted. You get the best service out there. You get the best products out there, the best help out there for designing at a discount price. So, ladies, you're going to love it. Men, you're going to love it. DiscountBath.com. Send me that, please.
Hell yeah, Hellcat, Avila Beach and Pismo Beach are incredible. I loved Avila Beach.
Yeah, they're next door.
I loved the sea lions. You could hear them in the morning carrying on a half a mile or a quarter mile away.
What was the town in Oregon? The beach there. Or was it Washington?
It was Oregon.
Brad,
I got to look at my pictures.
It was a beautiful RV park.
Oregon.
But it was on the beach. Huh? And you would walk down to the beach. And it was Oregon coastline, probably 75 degrees
Newport
out.
Beach.
Was it Newport?
Newport is what it's called.
We would have, Oregon. We would have probably 5 miles where we might see 2 other people just walking down the beach. 5 miles.
It was heaven.
It was heaven. Our dogs were just running out into the ocean. And it was like having your own private beach.
But we couldn't teach our dogs not to drink the water.
I know, those stupid dogs.
Especially our little Aussie.
And then she'd puke it up.
I'm surprised as soon as she tried to, stuck her tongue in it. It's like, ooh.
She is a wacky dog.
No, we couldn't get her to stop drinking the water.
That was the only thing about being at the beach with her.
I would think if they lived by ocean water, they would learn eventually, but who knows?
See if my experts got back to me yet. I got her all the info. So what Carvana is saying, you ready?
Yes.
The title has been washed.
Wait, we'll do it on there. Did you give all the information to our expert?
Yeah, I'm in touch with a caller and our expert and waiting to hear back from her. There is a lien of $77,000 on it.
That's why they don't want to pay the lien off. No, I'm good, thanks, Bo. We found some new ones. Those have 0 sugar. Those are 0 carbs.
Oh, they're Dimitri approved. No?
Yeah, I found some that are 6 carbs from Walmart.
You got what at Walmart?
They're hot honey teriyaki beef sticks. Oh, are they good?
Oh,
Where
yeah.
are they at?
That's the Better
Walmart.
Goods brand at
It's
Walmart.
Better Goods brand.
We need to get them in here.
Oh, that's a good idea. I will.
No, we're not buying those for these guys.
He's so
You
cheap.
guys will get Slim Jims.
He's like, what? They want water? Screw them.
You'll get Slim Jims and love
I'll tell
them.
you what, you buy the good Slim Jims, I'll bring in Diet Coke.
Bar S hot dogs.
I'll try to. I'll bring in a case of Diet Coke.
Why? Do you drink Diet Coke?
Actually, I like Diet Dr. Pepper.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So
Double
you
DP.
You
Yeah.
like Dr. Pepper?
Oh, yeah.
I don't
I'm
drink
bringing
soda.
I'm bringing in Diet Dr.
I drink
Pepper.
beer, but I don't drink soda.
You like that sherry?
What I'm looking for out of that expert, just so
I
we're
like
on the same
the-
page,
Cherry Diet. The cherry.
does he have to
Yellow
give
one,
the
I-
vehicle back? If
Oh,
this
right.
ended up in
Green
front of a
soda?
judge.
Right. I said, we want to know what his rights are, blah,
bring
blah,
in
blah,
a-
blah,
I'll bring
blah.
in a
So
case of generic.
see what she says.
Teriyaki beef sticks at Walmart, huh?
They're hot honey beef sticks is what they're called.
Come on, Mark, can't you shit? Use that $20 in dimes and go buy a box. You can ever take those dimes home?
Oh, I will. I mean, I thought
No, I lost that bet.
I have my.
I'm waiting to lose a
jar.
bet to give someone those dimes. The problem is I've never lost a bet.
Oh boy, really? Well, maybe.
Well, except in
okay,
Vegas.
Mark, let's go double or nothing on something.
Although there's probably enough dimes in there to buy Dimitri's old Lincoln.
Right.
Might be some valuable.
Dollar Tree steaks.
All right,
Don't
303-713-8255. We got 2 lines open. I got Peter and Ozzy. Peter, hold tight. He's got a big problem. PNC Bank basically cut off, from what I'm understanding, his HSA account. I have kind of an expert in banking in the background I'm going to try to get on. So Ozzy has a question for Brad. Ozzy, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, my question is like if the HOA is forcing you to use water, right, and then you get fined by the city because you're using too much water, could you like go after the HOA?
So real quick, Suzanne, read exactly what he's talking about, or just recap it.
It looks like that HOA threatened, this is the headline, HOA threatened fines for dead grass despite drought restrictions in Littleton.
So, Brad, what do you do?
So that's the nutshell.
The HOA is fining you for dead grass, but it's illegal to use the water. What the hell do you do?
Yeah, when there are water restrictions in place, the HOA requirements that you keep your grass green have to give way. And at the same time, though, that you can't just not water your grass at all. You have to at least water
when you can.
They have to water on as much as you can under the law. So if the water restrictions are you can only water twice a week, the homeowner has to at least water twice a week to avoid an HOA fine.
But the municipality or county or city are going to trump. They're going to be the home rule, if you will.
Well, I don't know what he meant by, well, if the water district is just charging a higher percentage, like 125% or 150%, I'm not sure that qualifies as a fine. That's really, in my book, different than a restriction that says you can only water twice a week.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying if they just raise prices at a certain time, that might not be enough. You better water your grass.
Yeah, that's right.
So in that article, is that what it's saying, Suzanne? Did you eyeball it enough? Or I'll just ask Ozzy. Are they saying you have to water it because you have the ability to water it in that article?
I'm not quite sure. I'm
okay. Well, okay, we got your question answered by Brad, our real estate expert. He just said it. If the city or a municipality say you can't water, you can't water, and the HOA can't fine you.
That's right.
Yeah, they are limiting, Denver Water's limited to watering her lawn 2 days a week under current restrictions.
So they got to water 2 days a week.
But the Homeowners Association threatened her with fines over dead grass despite her following local water restrictions.
And she would've-
oh my gosh.
She would have won in court's the bottom line. I mean, that's a pretty simple one. If she was watering those 2 days. I'll tell you another tricky one, and I don't know how this one worked. There was a time in Castle Rock you couldn't have sprinklers during a certain season, couldn't have them, but you could go out with a hose and water, and that even brought up stranger stuff. Listen, Oliver has a comment, and then that issue with PNC Bank. One line open, 303 Martino.
got some great calls today.
Yeah.
They're all over the board, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's nice to get away from just all landlord-tenant.
Landlord, tenant, water heaters,
Yeah.
no heat, evictions, bed bugs.
So, did you hear? We're being interviewed for Family Feud. You might see the Majors.
Really?
Yep.
Well, you and who else? It's like,
Us and our son-in-law and our 2 kids.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
5 of us.
Majors, family huddle.
Yeah, I put in back like in April, and about
You did?
a week ago,
Do you have time?
you got to write up a whole thing and all this stuff. So I did all that, thought, I guess that'll never happen. And then about a week or 2 ago, they reached out. They're like, hey, we really want to interview you. All 5 of you have to be on a Zoom call all at the same time. So we're trying to arrange that. We'll do that this week or early next week. And then if we get past that, then we'll have different dates we choose for filming.
Is that
They're going to
LA?
come out to your house.
What?
Is it in LA?
I think it's in Atlanta.
California.
I thought it was Atlanta.
Oh, maybe it is.
Because that's where Steve Harvey lives.
It
is
might
Atlanta.
be. It might be in Atlanta.
Name something people do in the bathroom that they don't want anyone else to know about. Hurry, quick.
Grab a lot too much toilet paper.
But you're forgetting the whole thing.
Do
though.
that again.
We surveyed 100 women and asked them. Then you say it.
I know.
Use your
I just
husband's
scratched-
shaver.
Mark's team captain, he already said.
There must have been beers involved
Adelaide.
when someone came up with
That's what
this
we need
idea.
to do is be the beer family.
Okay, so I'll tell you what I was doing. That's so funny you were saying that. Yes, I did have a few beers. It was on a Sunday, and there was nothing on. This is back in April.
Steve Harvey.
I don't know where she was. She might have been out or somewhere. But I put on Family Feud, and I'm binging Celebrity Family Feud.
Jesus.
And I'm binging it, and at the end of one of them, I saw numerous times, it said, if you want to try out for Family Feud, blah, blah, blah.
Mark's
And I was like, I want to try out for Family Feud.
And then they're like, we want to interview you.
So who's your 5th person or 5 people on
It's
here?
our son-in-law, Bryce. And they do have to be married. Bryce,
you got
Adeline,
5.
Miles.
Is
It has to be a blood relative or by marriage.
Okay, gotcha.
You can't
Us
be
two with our
just
2
hooked up.
kids and son-in-law.
That sounds. Do you have? When are they going to do the phone interview?
It's a Zoom.
Okay.
I don't know. We got to set
Oh,
that up.
it's a Zoom.
Do they kind of pay you a little bit to do it? Or do they, I know they
I'm
pay
not
you.
doing it for the money,
I
Bo.
know.
I'm doing it for the recognition.
They don't pay you shit.
But they pay you to fly out.
If you win the end, you get the $20,000.
Oh, it's
And
fine.
you
Never
play
did
again. You keep playing until you lose.
So if you beat the first contestant, they give you 20.
If you win the game,
See,
your
and we gotta
team
practice
gets
this.
$20,000.
You get 20, and then what happens if you get to come on the next show?
Yeah, they film the very next one. Whoever the new people are, you'll play probably that
The
same day.
Wow.
It won't air the same day. They're recording
So,
it the same
Mark, can
day.
you pick up another 20?
Yes, if you win.
So how far can you go? Can you pick up
Till
like
you
80
lose.
grand? Wow. I did not know that. I didn't know there was a payout. I thought they gave you a vacation or something.
No, they're cash.
Exciting. Maybe we'll get picked.
Maybe.
You never know.
And you know what? That's exciting. I love Steve Harvey.
I love Steve
Oh, you
Harvey.
know what I should have
He's
put?
the funniest sucker
What did you
man.
put? What was
Watch
interesting about you? I should have put that my husband and I, we love hazy beers and breweries. That's what I should have put. I just put we've been working together for 30 years, never apart.
I will wear my suit on there too.
No, we're going to be a beer family.
I got no. You got to dress up. I got a
come out?
$39
Can we
suit.
fly out and be part of the live audience?
I don't know how that works.
I wonder how they get.
I don't know if
audience.
I need any hecklers in the audience.
Where is the craziest place you've ever made whoopee? 100 people surveyed. What would be a crazy place? On a plane?
I'd be like, what's whoopee?
Yeah, I'll give that question to you guys. I don't think they would ask that on the.
You'd actually,
I'd
yes, they
say-
would.
I'd say a movie theater.
Okay, interesting.
Wow,
I'm
Mark.
getting a visual.
I cannot believe
I'm
you're
getting a
telling
visual.
people that about
Hell
us.
of that.
And not a drive-in. We're talking AMC 24 Highlands Ranch.
And might I add, really not that long ago.
How exciting!
Oh, the YouTubies have learned so
Oh my
much.
god!
I wonder what happens if you accidentally cuss.
They bleep it.
Fuck!
I don't know how they can bleep because it's taped live, and then that would be a dead space during that.
They just bleep it, I'm sure.
But he's going to be team captain, but you know how you have two people at the end who do the...
Yeah.
It's like, who's going to do that?
Whoever's hot. Whoever's on it today.
Can you guys get a list of questions like Suze is doing to practice up?
We have a Family Feud game at home.
Oh, yeah, a game?
Yeah, the daughter tried to play it this weekend, but there wasn't enough of us, 4 of us, that just wasn't going to work. So...
You should have all the deputies come over to your house and do Family Feud, a practice. You know, have a group of people and do a practice run.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Stay tuned on that.
Okay.
I've tried to get her to join the Mile High Club for 35 years.
We can't fit in the bathroom.
Yeah,
I was like, can you imagine?
We got to wait till we get one of those fancy first-class things.
Isn't it vacation or one of those, or going to Europe, she comes out of with the blue on her leg or something?
Leg. Right.
European vacation.
Like, oh, my God.
Yeah, you guys need to do the dream line.
MR says, hopefully it wasn't during one of the Become the Banker movies.
The baby boomer dilemma. Were you conceived in a theater? Are you reaching retirement age? Do your kids still live in your basement? I'm consumer advocate Marc Mager.
Oh, shit.
Funny. Well, I'm sure you guys will get picked.
I'd say there's a good chance.
Yeah, because you guys are outgoing and talkative.
Laugh.
I wonder how long the interview is.
30 minutes.
Oh, that's it?
Yep, and they interview all 5 of us. You can have 6 people, but then they choose the 5.
Oh,
yeah,
so you have to bring on a 6th person?
No, you don't have to. You don't have to have a 6th person. But if you do bring on a 6th person, then they pick the 5 of the 6.
Does that help your odds, though, getting on a show if you have 6?
I don't know, but we're just doing us 5.
You're going to do it?
See it.
I'm going to tell everybody to at least have 2 beers before the interview.
Oh. That's a damn good
No
idea.
more than 4, right. But at least 2.
Or do a shot of your single barrel rye.
Probably looking for a lot of personality.
Yeah.
I guarantee they're going to be like, get up and dance. I know they're going to do that in the Zoom. Because if you ever watch the show, man, you're dancing and...
Oh, wow. Oh, that's right.
I'll break dance.
You can't go like this, put your arm out.
Probably not looking for who's the smartest or who's the best at the game.
Just most entertaining.
No, they're looking entertainment.
Yeah.
Most outlandish answers or something.
Wow. That's exciting. I think that's pretty exciting.
I got it. Steve has got to finish the right version. I hate this intro. I absolutely hate this intro.
Back to line 2. I made it red for you.
All right, welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. Let's face it, we're here to educate, we're here to entertain, we're here to help you. Bottom line, you've been ripped off. We have recouped over $300 million in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, services over a 45-year career. Tom's been doing this for almost 50 years, over 45 in Colorado. Think about this. Longest running radio show with the same host in the country, going strong. And I'll tell you why, because we help people. We love the entertainment. I love goofing around. I love having fun. But I also love sicking my teeth and my deputies into the bad guys. You have a bad contractor out there, worst case scenario, we'll expose them so other people don't get ripped off. Best case, which happens a lot, we'll track him down, make his life miserable, and he gives you some of the money back. It's pretty straightforward. We got a list of experts at referrallist.com that are the best of the best. Speaking of which, Brad O'Brien joins me in studio today. O'Brien Legal Services. Real estate, real estate, real estate. Buying, selling, property disputes. Oh my goodness. We learned today he knows about river rights and river laws. You name it, when it comes to real estate, he knows the answers. Any questions you have for him, it's a great time to call. 303 Martino. We got one line open. 303-713-8255. And I always say this, if you're listening to the show at night on a podcast, email us, help@troubleshooter.com. Call us with a problem, 303-Martino. We'll call you back. Sometimes we answer the phone. A lot of times, if I'm up even late at night, watching a little King of Queens, maybe some Seinfeld reruns, I'll check my email. I see something, I'm emailing you right back. Help@troubleshooter.com. Now back to Peter. Talk about craziness. Here's my understanding so far. Peter, you have an HSA account, a health savings account. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And who is it with? Is it HSA Bank? That's one of the big ones.
No, I was a First Bank customer for 20 years, and they were just acquired by PNC, and now PNC is blocking me from using funds that I own.
Well, okay, hold on here, though. I mean, HSA works in mysterious ways, but not really. It's a retirement account for people out there, or a health savings account. Right now, you can use it for certain items like doctor's visits, pretty much almost everything medical, although you can't pay premiums with it, but you can use it at the pharmacy. You can use it for different things. And I'm just educating people, Peter, real quick, because most people don't have an HSA. So outside of that, which is very interesting about HSAs, Suzanne and I have one. And I actually trade. I have ours in a Schwab account. And we almost never use it.
What I'm trying to transfer to Schwab. It won't let me.
And that's where you should transfer it. So, okay, hold on. I know exactly where you're going. But for people listening out there, excuse me, I had to cough. So for people listening out there, you have this HSA account, and it's got to be with a bank that knows what to pay and not to pay. It's got to follow the rules before retirement. But when you turn retirement age, I believe it's 62 and a half, but I'm not even sure about that. Then it automatically becomes basically like an IRA. So at that point, you can take it as everyday income, just like any other IRA, and use it for anything. You don't have to use it for medical only. So it's a great tool to actually sock away $75,000 or $8,000 a year towards your retirement if you're already maxed out, say on your Roth, or maxed out on your IRA or your 401k for the year. So if you have the ability to open one, you don't necessarily use it for the purpose, but you use it because you get the tax benefit. You get that write-off each year, just like an IRA, and you can build it. Young people out there, you're in your 20s, you can build that thing into millions of dollars by the time you're 65. So when they bought, who'd you say, First Bank?
First Bank.
Peter, when they bought First Bank, before they bought First Bank, did First Bank allow you to transfer into Schwab?
At that point, I didn't have a problem because First Bank always accommodated me, and I had contacts at my local branch that could facilitate.
No,
however,
Peter,
I recently went to. Go ahead.
You're missing my question, though. I'm going to give you a perfect example that I lived through. So we used HSA Bank. They changed the rules and said you could no longer day trade with Ameritrade or trade in period with Ameritrade or Schwab. So I had to close down that one, and then I got a new HSA account.
Well, that is similar to what happened to you, but my situation is a little different. They sent me a card in the mail with a little sticker on the front that says, if you want to activate this card, you call the toll-free number. So I called the toll-free number. Subsequent to that, I went to the dentist. I presented the card at the dentist. The dentist told me it was declined. I went out to my car. I called PNC, and I spoke to a representative, and he said, your account has been blocked. And I asked him why my account has been blocked, despite the message that I received when I called the 1-800 number on my card saying your card is ready to use. And he said, your account has been blocked because you have not agreed to our terms of use. They mailed me the terms of use. I have them right here, 42 pages.
Well, why don't you just agree to them or close the account and move it to another company?
I'm trying to move it to Schwab, but they won't give me my account number, and they won't give me the name and mailing address of the custodian.
Peter, there's two. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So why don't you, will PNC allow you to close the account and write you a check? Will they even allow that?
No, the people at my local branch can't even see the account. It's all done by telephone.
Unless he signs for the terms and conditions, correct, Peter?
Yeah, I didn't even want to go down that rabbit hole, but I guess I have to. Why not just sign for him so you have access to your money, then close the account, get the check, get it transferred within 60 days, and I'll give you the name of the one we use. That's great. Then you give the money to them. They're your HSA bank, to use a loose term, and then you transfer directly from them into a Schwab account.
I refuse to agree to their terms because
Why?
Their terms are written by a team of lawyers that are detrimental to me.
Peter, but you're going to close the account. The terms aren't going to matter after you sign them, for God's sake. Why are you so hard-headed on this? I get it. I get hard-headed on stuff, too. I'm not saying agree to them, then use them in the future. I'm saying agree to the damn terms, then close the account and move on somewhere.
The money, yeah.
Just agree
Mark,
to it.
there's another sticky point. When I called the 1-800 number on the back of my card, they told me that they would mail me an HSA statement with my account number and a custodian address on it. Instead of mailing me my account number with the funds and the balance and the custodial address, they just sent me their terms of use. I believe that they're illegally blocking me from using an asset that I own.
Peter.
Now, why would I bend over backwards to accommodate somebody that's doing something that I believe to be illegal?
To get your money.
Right. I should not have to do cartwheels to access money that I own.
Peter, they want you to acknowledge whatever their terms and conditions. Once again, I don't understand. Ultimately, I don't understand what your beef is. You're going to get your money and not do business with them. Who cares? Sign the terms of agreement, close the account. Therefore, the terms of agreement are gone. They're done. They don't exist anymore. Then, and I hate to break this part to you, Peter, when you go open a new one up somewhere else, guess what they're going to have? Terms and agreements.
They're going to have terms. But I've already reviewed those terms, and I'm agreeable to those terms. But I'm not agreeable to PNC's terms.
Peter, I don't know what else to... Peter, I have no idea what else to tell you. I swear to God, I have no idea. All you have to do is sign, acknowledge the terms, and then get a check from them and close it. I don't... Okay, Brad O'Brien, does that make logical sense to you? Do you have any ideas? I mean, you have a legal mind. The guy doesn't have access to his money because his old bank sold to PNC, and they want him to agree to the terms, and he doesn't want to agree to the terms. So I guess he could sue him. I guess he could pay a lawyer $500 to $1,000 an hour to sue him to get access to his money, and ultimately he might win.
Yeah, Mark, I think your advice is practical, but yeah, if he wants to go to court and get a court order ordering the PNC to disperse his funds to him, then you can go that route.
Yeah, Peter, I know you're correct in your theory, but in order to pay an attorney, and it would be federal court, that would be the venue for suing a bank. I mean, it literally would be. You'd be in federal court suing PNC, and it's going to cost you way more than you probably even have in the HSA account. You will win at the end. I have no doubt about it. If everything you're saying is correct, the judge is going to say give him his money. But instead of doing all that, Peter, you could acknowledge the terms and agreement, then shut the account all in the same day and go to a bank you want. I mean, to me, that's what you do. Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
He's hard-headed.
I knew it was going to, you knew it was going there. And
Yeah, I did too. I was
it
like,
was about his beef. Oh, I knew it too.
I'm not going to be told to sign.
I got a problem with First Bank too, and I got a problem with PNC.
Who reads those things anyways?
Yeah, no one reads them.
Like,
No, nobody.
Yeah, I would have just.
CMG, John Clace. Listen, folks, I got to tell you something. Home loans are crazy. Right now, you don't see a lot of people advertising because of where interest rates are, but everybody still needs a home loan. People need cash out, and rates aren't really bad. They're not 2 or 3% anymore. But I mean, really, if you look at where rates have been for the past 30, 40 years, they're not bad at all. The bottom line is people still need a loan. But I don't care if it's busy and rates are at 3%, 2%, 10%. I don't care where rates are. You want to go direct. You don't want to pay a middleman. Most people that you deal with in Colorado to get a loan with, a home loan, they're the middleman. They go to a place like CMG Financial. They mark up the interest rate. They mark up the closing costs, and you pay all that. There's no reason to do it. You want to go direct. Did you know CMG loans out $2 billion every single month? $2 billion. All the underwriters worked there. Our son used them for his first house in Nebraska last year. Listen to this. Application to closing, 28 days, and it was his first house. They do VA loans. They do first-time buyer programs. My daughter and her husband used his VA loan with John. They used them not even, 3 weeks ago. Suzanne and I have used John for a 30-year line of credit. And if you're a small business, imagine having 30-year line of credit on the equity in your house. You can pay it up, pay it down, and whatever's in the checking account offsets what you would pay in interest. It's one of the best products out there. You got to call John direct. He can loan out in every single state. Quit putting it off. Quit dealing with the middlemen and call John Clace, 303-577-7206. I promise you're going to love this company and you're going to love John. I don't care where you live. He can get you a loan. 303-577-7206 or partnerinlending.com. That makes me want to call John Clace right now.
But you can't. Do you have new money going into the HSA?
Me?
Yeah.
I put in, what is the max this year? $8,500.
You transferred a bunch of money over to Schwab, but the new money that you put in every year, does it go straight to Schwab?
Yeah, so I got to put it in. Who do we have now?
Lively,
which is our HSA account. So whenever my accountant says I can put it in for whatever year, I do it every year.
Oh, you have your own health plan.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, exactly. Okay. So we have an HSA through Kaiser, which is part of the exchange. So basically...
You don't have to use Kaiser? Kaiser doesn't tell you which bank you have to use?
No, not for HSA. No, I can use whoever I want.
Oh, usually they do.
Nope, Kaiser's just our medical. Maybe they do if it's a company policy.
Oh, yeah, the company did decide. Okay, you're
the company.
You're the company, okay.
Yeah, so basically what happens is I put $8,500 into Lively, and then I log into Lively once the check cashes or the ACH hits, and I transfer it to my Schwab HSA, and I just let it build. Occasionally we might use the credit card, but I mean, like, most of the time we don't. Yeah. I'm better off just letting this continue to grow.
I heard about the triple tax benefit, but I didn't know about you get 62, you don't even have to prove you used it. Is that true?
Well, yeah, whatever's in there is yours. You can now use it for whatever you want.
So you don't have to prove if you withdraw after 62, you don't have to prove that I had a surgery to match match the money coming out.
No, you can. I can go buy a jet ski.
Oh,
yeah. Oh. It's just like an IRA. There's no difference.
And you can write off the $8,500 off your
until you're 62, you got to prove you spent the money that you're withdrawing
on medical.
For medical, yeah. Right.
Yep. And it's not even a point. Well, I guess it's a point of proving, but really, if it doesn't take the card, then it doesn't take the card.
Well, we always do it after the fact, and our bank says, show us a receipt for every $5 Walgreens.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No. Everything.
I'm going to set one up. I didn't even know. I've heard about it. I didn't know you could really
Yeah, so if you max out, like for example, I have a SEP. We both have SEPs. We both have IRAs that we backdoor into a Roth, so we both have Roths. And then the HSA is just another vehicle. Because if you're maxing those out and you can't put any more money into your SEP or IRA for that year, this gives you an option to dump another $8,500, and it's tax-free. You're not paying taxes on that income. I believe in putting anything you can get tax-free, take advantage of. I don't care what it is.
Then after you're 62, you can go buy a jet ski with it?
Whatever, I think it's 62 and a half. It converts into...
God, that's interesting.
It's just like an IRA. There's no difference. But not until that age. I'm going to look up the age right now.
Did you know that's
and Brad, if you look at, if you're in the stock market, just look at the S&P and calculate where is the S&P going to be in 20 years, and all of a sudden it makes a hell of a lot of sense.
Yeah. Would you buy into this market?
What's that?
Would you buy into this market?
My God, it was at 54,000. It's incredible to me. I haven't cashed out of this at all.
Seems like a casino.
Yeah, but once again, look at even at 08, 09, the worst times ever. Just follow that graph, though, over the years. If I was retiring in the next few years, no, I would not be in this market at all. Our annuity guy's killing it right now because the market's so crazy.
Oh, I bet he is.
You know, you're never going to make 20, 30, 40% a year, but you're going to basically make about 8% every year.
Consistent.
But you have no access to your cash, very, very little access. What age can you convert or pull from a HSA account like an IRA? I'm almost sure it's 62 and a half, but it might.
We'll find out.
65.
Okay.
Yeah. At 65, you can withdraw money from an HSA for non-medical reasons, penalty-free. It behaves just like a traditional IRA. Medical is any age, under 65, stiff penalty. You pull out of it and use it for something else, 20% penalty.
Oh, 20. Wow.
Plus income tax. All right, 303-713-8255, 303 Martino. By the way, real quick, I do want to say something. Deputy Bo went out, and it was quite crazy. We had a caller call up, and what was the apartment complex, Deputy Bo?
Columbine Towers apartment over on 1750 South Federal Boulevard.
She said something that was amazing to me, and I got Brad O'Brien on this. This was yesterday she called in. She said 75% of this complex, and this is a big mofo.
It's over 170 units.
It's a big deal, man. So over 100 people there. Is it multiple buildings?
No, it's actually, I thought it's one tower. And it's about 16 stories tall.
So the problem is they have no water pressure and no hot water. They have barely lukewarm water, but just to fill the sink up could take 10 to 20 minutes. They can't even shower, right?
And it's lukewarm. No, the one person I interviewed said he has to fill up the sink.
They
just splash water on him.
Yeah, and so tell me, you're kind of a plumber guy. You know this stuff. You were in the industry forever. So explain this to me. An older complex like that, you said 17 floors?
About 17.
So if it's a boiler system, in other words, everybody gets their hot water from the same way. It's not a hot water heater in each unit. How does that work? So where is the boiler generally? On top of the building?
In this particular building, the boilers, there's probably multiple boilers. They're in the basement. And what it does, it heats up. The boiler heats up the water and puts it in a storage tank. So that way, if there's people taking multiple showers at the same time, it has plenty of water in storage. So that what they have is booster pumps because you only have 40 pounds pressure at the street. So in order to get that water up to the 16th or 10th or 9th story,
it has to be pumped up.
You got to have pressure pumps, and that's what I believe. I believe their pumps are out. Because they are getting some warm, but it's just lukewarm.
So if you're on the first or second floor, you might not be affected.
They're affected too. I interviewed 3 people, and then I talked to 4 other people.
So these interviews are great. He went out there. Here's what we verified. Boots on the ground, Bo. Here's what we verified. They're not kidding. There's no water pressure. When I say it's bad, our sink will fill up a 16-ounce glass of water in probably 3 seconds. What would you guess over there? I mean, are we talking really into just a regular drinking glass? Or are we talking what? 5 minutes? What?
A couple minutes for a glass.
A couple minutes?
Yes.
Think about that. 2 minutes to fill it up.
And Mark, I want to say this. When she called yesterday, I didn't believe her.
Yeah, you thought she was exaggerating.
I thought she was exaggerating. I said, how could a big building? Because I know this building. I drive by it all the time. In fact, my grandparents' best friends live there.
So he gets out there, and he interviews a bunch of people. I said, Bo, listen, people don't have I don't know why. I'm kind of the same way. I'm good for about 30 seconds, on a YouTube short. So I was interview people, and see what you could get, but keep all the interviews around 30 seconds. And Suzanne's going to post those up on our YouTube channel. Now, it's exactly what she said, though. No water pressure and lukewarm at best. It's basically not hot water.
The big thing is they haven't had water for a few days. The interviews I got were anywhere from like 4 weeks to 2 months.
So they haven't had water, according to the interviews, and you can hear them once again. Go to YouTube, type in Troubleshooter Network. They haven't had hot water or water pressure somewhere around, depending on which unit you're in, 2 weeks to a month.
Probably 2 months.
To 2 months. And they're saying about 2 weeks longer.
Yeah.
So we called up Brad O'Brien. This is very curious. So, Brad, I want you to explain to tenants out there, when they have a problem, when they have a habitability problem, their landlord is doing something that is either unsafe, and I'll let you describe it. It falls down into two categories. One, they have to fix it or address it within 24 hours. That's kind of the emergency type stuff. And we talked about this yesterday, and I'm going to let you talk about it now, but this would fall under the 24-hour, in your opinion, because it's hot water. Well, actually, it's water in general. There's no water pressure. They can't even take a shower because there's no pressure. But because they're attempting to fix it, what does that mean? Kind of explain the 24 versus 14.
The warranty of habitability statute in Colorado requires the landlord to respond within a certain amount of time. If it's a life, health, or safety matter that's gone wrong, that's a 24-hour response time. Otherwise, it's 72 hours if it's not life, health, or safety. Now, electricity, water, and hot water all fall under life, health, or safety. So those have a 24-hour response time by the landlord.
Yeah, these people can't even shower.
Yeah, to acknowledge that they received it and to commence, fixing it.
Or do dishes, too.
Yeah, and I think normally they need to then proceed very quickly, I think and try to fix it within 48 hours total. But if there is some reasonability if the repair requires additional time beyond 24, 48 hours, and they continuously work on it, then they have that flexibility to do that work without being in violation of the warranty of habitability statute.
Now, help me out just on what we know about this case. He's been out there. There's people saying they haven't had water pressure or hot water for 2 months. I don't care what kind of boiler system it is. Do you see any judge in the world that would find that acceptable when they say, oh, we're still waiting for parts?
Yeah, that seems like way too long. And so now a tenant has to give a written notice to the landlord
before the clock ticks
to start the clock. Although in this case, it's apparent that the landlord knows about it. So, but 6 weeks later is such a long time that they're probably, there's a good argument that the landlord's in violation of the statute. But that just means the tenant has rights.
Yep.
Now, a tenant can do three things.
Yep. What are the remedies?
Go to court to get the lease terminated so they can move out.
And that would be no problem if they had deposits or anything, they'd get all that back.
Yeah.
They couldn't be blackmailed by bad credit.
Yep. Number two, remedy in court is to get a court order ordering the landlord to do the work. And number three is to get damages, which overlaps either of the other two remedies.
Now, the damages, though, in a case like this one, we're talking, I don't know, Bo, how much is if they had to buy a brand new water system, my God, I mean, that could be hundreds of thousands, if not millions.
Well, since they have some lukewarm water, I suspect the boiler system is probably working.
It's just the pumps.
It's the pumps. And then when I was there wanting to talk to the owners, they said they were actually working on it and they didn't have time. And I said, well, while I'm here, I have some HVAC experience. I'd like to go in the basement and take a look because maybe it's something that I could help get apart, expedite the thing, and they just refused. But what kind of took, when I drove by yesterday and today, I didn't see any contractors there. I didn't really see anybody working on it.
So Brad, though, let's just pretend it's a house. I'm renting a house. The hot water heater's broke. Landlord doesn't want to fix it. My understanding is if I do it the right way, I give him notice, he still doesn't fix it, I could hire someone to come out, put in a hot water heater, and then basically withhold rent in exchange for that hot water heater. You got to do it properly, but is that about right?
Yes, you have to follow the steps, and you can withhold the same amount of money that the repair is that the tenant is going to pay for is going to cost. You can't withhold the whole rent unless the repair is that amount of money or more.
But you better follow the law, or else you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah, you can't just stop paying rent.
No.
But also the landlord there's a alternative housing remedy in the statute, which is landlord's supposed to put somebody up in a hotel or
if they don't have hot water.
Yeah. For up to, I believe, 60 days.
Right. Some of the tenants mentioned that, Brad. They said, we need to go into a hotel.
The tenant has to request it.
Here's the problem with the scenario we're dealing with. Most of the people over there are Section 8. Most of the people over there are older and they're on subsidies.
Yep.
So they can't just pack up, go to court, get the constructive eviction, and go find another place, whether it's for health reasons or getting in a line for someone else to take a voucher. These landlords that apparently haven't had hot water for a while, in my opinion, are truly scumbags. And I'm sorry they are. Maybe it is very hard to find parts, but I don't think anybody out there listening could argue 2 months is insane if it's true. And that's according to not just our caller, but other people out there that Bo is interviewed.
I talked to at least 6 people there.
And here's what I get really pissed. And I don't listen, anytime I say this isn't political, people are going, oh, it's going to be political. And it's just got to do with Kyle Clark. I watch Next occasionally on Channel 9, okay? And I'm just picking on him right now. Think about this, Kyle. You have this thing every single day where you can talk about issues. I get it. You don't like Trump. You don't like a lot of stuff going on. And it's almost a political show you have there, which is okay. That's fine. It is what it is. You got a decent-sized audience. You do a good job. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I watch you. I don't think you ever read the text I send when you ask for feedback. Not one time have you read mine, but don't worry about that. Why don't you talk about this? Channel 7, Fox 31. We have an apartment complex right here with elderly people in it, people on Section 8, people that the government of Denver pretend to love more than anybody. Pretend, and I mean that. Think about this. Not one news story. Not one news story. The only news story you'll find right now on it is one Bo did today. Bo went out there with his cell phone and interviewed a bunch of people. And we put them up on our YouTube channel. So you go to YouTube, you type in Troubleshooter Network, you go over to the chat, and they're right there. We're going to put them towards the end, too, so they're easy to find. And we'll make sure you can find them if you find our channel. But think about this. Channel 9, nothing. Channel 7, nothing. Fox 31, nothing. Nothing. Does Denver Water or whoever
also, Mark,
over stuff
the
like
Colorado
this?
Department, I would figure the Colorado Department of Health would be sending inspectors
Health
over there.
Department, for God's sake, here's elderly people that can't even take a shower. And we're talking hundreds of people, but no one cares. Honest to God, no one cares. No one cares. It's remarkable. But Mayor Michael go build mini homes for the homeless that no one uses. It's truly remarkable. The local media, sometimes you should do local stuff and help people out like we do right here. And I mean that. Now, I'm going to get off my soapbox, and we're just going to stay on these guys till the hot water works.
We are, Mark.
They can't do a constructive eviction or pay for this kind of...
They can't.
They can't do it. They're stuck there. They can't move. Well, they can go move some... No, they can't. And you know that. The slumlords over there, and that's just my opinion. So get your attorneys involved, but I think if you're running that place 2 months without pressure and hot water, according to the people we've interviewed and the callers we've had, is outrageous. You should be ashamed of yourself. And I hope you live there, and I hope you live without hot water. I really do. If you're really having all these tenants live like that, I hope you live there too.
Did they report to the city?
What's that, Brad?
Did they report to the city?
Did they report it?
Yeah, health department.
I mentioned, these people can't even work in tax.
That's an obvious call. It's free.
Well, I'm calling after the show.
They haven't called the city yet?
I don't
Health
believe
department?
they have.
Oh, that's where you get
Maybe someone has, Brad, but the people
that's where you get the immediate results, because they get on them and issue
I
fines.
told each person I interviewed they need to call the Colorado Department.
There's the residential health and housing team at the city, at the health department. They would be
Brad, they're afraid. The 3 people I talked to, I don't want you giving out my name. I mean, 2 people said they're afraid of retaliation.
Out of all those people, nobody's called the health department. That's something else.
Well, Brad, I don't think they're out, but I'm going to call.
Yeah.
I was hoping maybe the owner would call in. And then when I called yesterday, I wasn't being disparaged. I said, hey, look, I used to be in the business. You got to call.
Yeah.
I just want to help. I just want to come and see if we can get the heat going. I wasn't trying to be disparaging to him.
Hold on. Marc Szymanski, not only is he the owner of Genesis Total Exteriors, which, by the way, has done a ton of work at our house for us. I'm sorry about that. Marc Szymanski, Genesis Total Exteriors. I'm sitting there talking to you, and I didn't have my on button on, Mark.
No worries, Mark.
Hey, listen, man, as I was saying, even though no one could hear me, I've known you for 15, 20 years now. We've become friends. In fact, the four of us, your wife and Suzanne and I, we go out to dinner. We've gone to Broncos games, all kinds of cool stuff. But even prior to that friendship that developed over the years, you guys have done so much work at our house. Your guys are the best. You know, that Omar, and I know I'm talking about painting. We're going to talk about all the stuff you do. But that Omar, his painter has been with them, Brad, 20 years. Here's a contractor that's had the same painter and the same crew with them 20 years. They did the exterior of our house, the interior, our barn. They even restained the deck. I mean, the painting is unbelievable, and his pricing is great. But decks, fences. But what do you want to talk about today, Mark?
Well, I tell you, Mark, you know, school's starting, it's starting next week, I think the week after, and that's when things get crazy for us because all of a sudden people panic. They go, oh, I need to get this done in my house. Now is the time to call and get us out there to take a look at your house. Any kind of repairs you need, whether it's being fencing, siding, windows, roofing, if you got hit with the hail, call us. We handle it all. Now is the time to call before it gets crazy in another 2 weeks. This week is a week to call.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this. If you've had roofers out there with hail damage, either in Colorado Springs or north, listen to what I'm going to tell you right here. If your insurance company hasn't said anything about siding or windows or decks, and they never do, these insurance companies never do, Genesis will come out there and they'll look at it, man. And if you haven't even called your insurance company and don't know if you have damage because of hail, think about this. You wake up, you see roofers at your neighbor's house, you're getting a new roof, you call up Genesis. Mark's going to come out. These guys are going to come out. Not only are they going to look for the hail damage on the roof, but more importantly, they're going to look for it on the window seams. They're going to look for it on the siding, on the painting. When Mark came out and found the hail damage we had, he was finding stuff I didn't even know was damaged. He found some window damage, siding damage. I had our whole house painted, and it was paid for by the insurance company. But prior to Mark coming out, my insurance company wasn't going to do anything with paint. I'm telling you, you're going to love this guy. I vouch for him personally. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Go there now. Call now, just like he said. GenesisTotalExteriors.com.
Hey, Bo. I think they've got tacos next door.
Got what?
On the sales floor?
Yeah.
Oh, you can go help yourself.
Oh, I'm good at helping myself.
I know. That's why I thought I'd let you know.
Go. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I had a breakfast burrito they had this morning. They had Santiago's.
Oh, my gosh.
Pass it up.
Yeah.
I think Santiago's is the best breakfast. They're more egg-based than potato. They're delicious.
Egg-based? Yeah.
They're very good.
Why was he saying? Think we're going to get busy in 2 weeks from now? Hailstorms are anticipated, or what?
No, the biggest thing is kids go back to school. When they go back to school, all of a sudden the parents have time. They're not on summer break anymore. They're just the kids aren't around, so they start having work done.
Oh, okay.
Fall's coming.
That's all.
Better get it fixed.
That's our kitchen guys, bathroom guys, everybody.
I didn't know about that.
When the kids are at home,
That's a thing, huh?
big thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got to go way back in my time to remember when my kids were that age.
I need somebody to redo our kitchen pantry. I just got it and new shelves and stuff. Know somebody good for that?
Yes, I do. I know someone good for that who just did ours this year.
Oh, yeah.
And it is absolutely beautiful. If you can imagine.
Got a picture?
I do. I'll have Suzanne send you. Listen to this. If you imagine like a California closet, okay, but it's a pantry, and you can pick out whatever you want. You can pick out closed, open, whatever sizing you want. You can design it, and we'll tell you where to design it if you want to design your own, which I would suggest. A million different options. You design it right on there. It gets shipped to you, and I got the guy that came out and put it in, and it's absolutely perfect.
Oh, okay.
If you hired California Closets, does do that stuff.
Yeah.
We got a bid through them. It was like $15,000.
Oh, wow.
I got the whole thing done for, I got to ask her, but like $4,000.
Oh, okay. Wow. So it's like a modular system?
It's a modular, but it doesn't look modular.
Oh, okay.
Did they put
You
it
can
in?
do corner units. It's incredible. We doubled our space in ours. Ours was just shelves.
Yeah,
That's what
it's
I have.
really nice.
Yeah, so now we just don't have shelves. We have one here that might have 2 cubbies with doors, and then maybe you want glass doors here, and then soup cans here, and then like a crock pot at the bottom. Whatever you want, you name it.
Oh, okay.
In any size. How big's your pantry?
It's small.
Yeah, ours was kind of small too.
We got to make the most of it.
I think it added total value to our kitchen because our kitchen was
I'm
beautiful,
sure.
but we never did the pantry.
Mm-hmm.
That is so funny. It made such a difference. The same guys did our closet, our master bedroom closet, and it turned out perfect.
Oh, wow. Yeah, builders just put the cheapest little wire racks in there.
Oh, they're horrible.
I hate those things, yeah.
All right, 303-713-8255. By the way, I got 2 emails. I always give out Genesis website, Genesis Total Exteriors. Put it back up. Axeman, put up their phone number again for me. Mark's number when you get a second. Just when you get a second, put that up. Now, let's do this. Real quick, Oliver, you had a comment on Angela's call. Was that the landscaper, Oliver?
Yes.
What was your comment? She called up and said it was a crazy scam. Someone reached out and basically wanted to bid on some landscaping. They actually went out to the residence, did the measurement. It was a home that was for sale. But then when the guy wanted to pay by check before the work started, the down payment, she was like, "No, sorry, we don't take checks." And it turned out the actual homeowner had no idea what was going on, never called the landscaping company, and it was the same old scam that's been going around forever. What happens is they send you a check for $10,000, which is either going to be over or the full amount, not just a down payment, and then they tell you to pay somebody else, like a subcontractor, out of it. So you write somebody a check for materials or something, give it to them. You give them the good check, and about 3 weeks later, the check they wrote you ends up bouncing. All the funds are then withdrawn from your account, and you end up losing money. That's pretty much how it goes. But Oliver, what's your comment?
Same thing happened to me. I'm a construction guy. I do concrete, siding, windows, decks, everything. Your Genesis Exteriors does.
Got it.
And I had someone contacted me to go look at a driveway, and he wanted an estimate on it. So I go look at it, and come to find out the concrete was already torn out.
Wow.
So this guy then sent me a check, and just exactly what you said. He wanted part of the money so he could pay a plumber.
Yeah.
He wanted me to cash the check.
Yeah.
And pay, and have some of the money to pay his plumber.
And that's the sting.
I just waited till the check, if it did clear. He kept calling me, all afternoon, the next day.
Pay the guy.
Huh?
He was probably saying, get that guy paid.
Something like that. And so anyway, long story short, the check bounces.
Yeah.
He gives me this address to send the money to pay this plumber.
Yeah.
So I didn't do anything and didn't hear from him right after that.
Yep. It's a big one, man.
When I told him that the check bounced, I can't do anything, he disappeared.
Yep. That scam's been around in a million different forms for a long time. I appreciate that, Oliver. And people out there, listen, contractors and stuff, think about what he just said. If anybody overpays you or wants you to pay for somebody else, you're crazy. It's a scam. Simple as that. Thank you again for that. Now, Brandy's got an issue with a towing company. We're going to do that right after this break. I-80 towing. I think Suzanne told me about this. If this is the one I'm thinking about. Hey, Brad, real quick before we go to break. The term egregious, or I don't, the legal term wouldn't be egregious, but maybe unconscionable. Like, I argued one time very recently that to charge someone storage on a vehicle $250 a day, I said, well, it might as well be $10,000 an hour. I mean, what's the difference? It just seems arbitrary to me. $250 a day seems crazy when DIA parking up front next to the airport is less. I mean, really, it seems absolutely absurd to me for storage. So when we talk about unconscionable, how does a judge look at that? And I think I'm going to tie that into Brandy's, because if it's the one Suzanne told me about, she was charged. She had to tow her vehicle from the side of the street. I don't know if it was a highway or what. I don't know the story. But she was charged $3,600. And I don't know if that was for 1 mile. I don't know if it was a semi-truck. We'll find out. But let's pretend it's a Ford Taurus and it's 1 mile. I mean, my God, when does a judge look at something? How does a judge even say, no, that's unconscionable?
Yeah, it would be excessive in connection with the actual cost to do whatever they did for you. So the cost to tow and store, and then they charge you 100 times that amount. That's crazy. There's no rational connection to the cost that they actually incurred.
And then that's where a judge might say, okay, well, you got to refund X amount. Yeah. I mean, I'm using total examples.
It's punitive, and there's a general bias against punitive damages under the law.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy thinking about that. And the one I was talking about with the storage, and I'll go right to break here, Zach. But, I mean, they were down in small print at the bottom saying if you leave your vehicle here, it's $250 a day. And I was like, that's crazy. I was in the automotive business, and we might charge $20 a day if it was there excessively, like they didn't want to pick it up. They wanted like $16,000 or $5,000 or whatever it was. It was a crazy amount of money to get a vehicle back. Now, ultimately, it worked out. And, they got a fair amount for storing and everything worked out. But I just started thinking, there's certain amounts. You could put anything in a contract. People don't read that stuff. They, honest to God, don't read it. Like, if I signed up for an app, it's 800 pages of stuff I agree to. If they slipped in there, hey, if your credit card ever bounces, you owe us $1 million. Well, of course not. I mean, you can have something in a contract. It doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't mean it's collectible.
Yeah, the argument is it's not enforceable because it's unconscionable.
Thank you. Hold on, everybody. Jeannie, Chris, Brandy, Oliver, you're up next.
Yeah, they charged that lady $6,000 for.
Oh, it was crazy. Well, they came through, and I understand what they were saying. They were saying, look, we only put that there because we don't want to be a vehicle storage lot. When your vehicle's done, come get it.
Yeah.
Aren't there statutes on towing companies?
Storage and towing, but with auto shops on the storage, yes. Towing, no. I don't think so on towing.
I don't know. It's not my area.
But if they tow it to a storage lot, that can kick in.
Okay.
But here was the problem with the one I was talking about. It wouldn't have fell under it because it was a big tow truck. It wasn't a regular car like we would drive. It was a big.
Commercial. Okay.
All right, I'm going to tell you about Fix It 24/7. And I promise you're going to love multiple things about them. But I'm going to tell you about 2 things they do that I love. If you're a new customer and never used them, for $39, think about this, $39, they're going to send a tech out. They're going to clean that air conditioner unit outside. It's been sitting outside all winter. It's got leaves. It's got dirt. It's got debris. It's got dust. They rip it apart. They clean it. It's like new. It's a deep clean. We're talking an hour to 2 hour cleaning, depending on how dirty it is. And by the way, dirt is the #1 killer of HVAC stuff. Now, listen to this. That's for new customers. And why do they do it? They want to earn your business. It's pretty simple. Second thing, if you're an existing customer or a new customer and you have a problem, maybe your AC's not blowing as cold as it did last year. Maybe your water isn't as hot as it was last year. Maybe you have a GFI circuit that keeps popping outdoors or indoors or in the garage or in the kitchen or bathroom. any electrical problem, any plumbing problem, any HVAC problem. Listen to this. $39 to get a licensed technician out, diagnose the problem, and give you a price. $39. Most companies, after a trip charge and this fee and that fee, they can be $200. $39. You're going to love them. FixMyHome.com. FixMyHome.com. So, YouTubers, listen to this one. I was at this place in Castle Rock way back. A friend of mine owned it. It was called Winging It, and it was a wing restaurant. You could buy hot wings, and there was a little bar there, and there was a couple pinball machines. So me and my friend who lived down the street, Jason, we used to use his lake house up in Wisconsin, would sit there after work, play pinball, drink some beers. So the owner, Brian, this place has been out of business for a while, he had a son, and Brian's son was at the bar one day. I think he was probably 19 at the time. He was under 21, but he was just sitting at the bar eating some wings. And I'm talking about getting a hot tub. And I have to redo the patio because our builder grade patio at our Lennar home or US home, whatever it was too thin for the hot tub. It was super thin. So I was like, yeah, I got to find someone to jackhammer that out and then do the new freaking one. And he goes, oh, I can do that and give you a bid. I said, well, okay, whenever, get us a bid on that. You know, I mean, it's an 18-year-old kid. I'm thinking, what? Does he even own a jackhammer? What is this? So I don't know how long goes by. A week goes by, 2 weeks go by. I get a call from Suzanne going, why is there someone jackhammering up our patio? The kid went out to Home Depot, rented a jackhammer, and literally started jackhammering up. It was already toast. They literally took out our entire patio.
That's crazy.
So apparently it was a miscommunication. But because I knew his dad real well, we figured it out, and I had him and his dad actually do the job. But he did. He just showed up with a jackhammer and started doing it. Do you remember that?
Yes, a little housekeeping, though.
Yes.
It's important.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we're coming up on the top.
Yes.
Okay, first off, Brandy, I lined up for you. She's been holding an hour, just so you know.
Right. Well,
and then you have these two comments, but after the top of the hour, the DMV title expert is going to come on. You can't say where she's from.
Okay.
She can be a title expert, but you can't say she's a title expert with.
I got it.
And she's going to explain Dwayne's situation with Carvana.
Okay.
That'll be...
Are we getting Dwayne on?
We're getting both of them on, but I need you to get some of this cleared up a little bit.
Okay, Becky. Did you ever watch Roseanne? The old Roseanne from like the 80s and 90s? That's where Becky came from.
Suzanne, Mark said you might have a picture of your pantry.
Oh, do you?
If not, I'll take one tonight and text it to you. Let me look.
And then send him Valerio's info.
Oh, yeah. Pantry.
Did you ever do the bedroom either, or no? Like the California closet in the bedroom?
We've never done that, no.
Show them pictures of our closet, too.
I don't know if I have either of those on my phone. But
well, I'm just sending to him tonight.
Yeah.
And then she'll send you Valerio's number and just say, hey, you just drop my name and say, we're looking something like that in the pantry.
Library.
I'm trying to think how big our pantry is. I would say our pantry.
It's a small pantry.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like.
It's tall, though. There's a lot of height.
Maybe, not even 8. Maybe 6 feet to the wall from the door. Maybe 7, but I think 6. It's hard to judge because the shelves come out.
Right
but
right
whatever it is. And then this way, probably maybe 4 feet. I'd say 40 square feet. Does that sound right? I'd say it's between 40 and 50 square feet.
This is before.
Hey, Mark.
I think I did it.
Oh, show them the before. I bet it's like yours. Just shelves, right?
Yeah.
It makes such a difference. It's remarkable. All right, 303-713-8255. Look, I'm going to hop right over to this poor woman. My understanding is that, Brandy, was it $3,600, Brandy?
Yes.
All right, hold on. Someone please stroke her. Please. Give her the reach around, whatever you got to do.
Smooches. Tell her, please. But I know, Mark, I showed him the before, but I don't have the after, so I'll do those.
Apologize to her.
Let me see if I have the closet. The master closet, I might.
Well, we'll definitely send them tonight for her.
Yeah.
Mark. Yeah. So the guy from My Guy Handyman Service.
Yes.
Came out last Thursday or something.
Did he do good?
He did great. And
was it Miles or somebody?
It was Miles.
Nice.
Yeah. And it was even less than their online.
What did you have done?
I needed a threshold replaced between like the kitchen and the garage.
Dude, he redid my mini deck, like to one of our side doors, probably, I don't know, maybe 5x5, railing, the whole bit, redid it. Didn't do the underneath decking, but did, a new top decking of synthetic. I thought it was going to be over $1,000, man. It was like, I don't know, he charged me maybe $350.
Oh, wow.
It was small. It's not like a big deck.
Yeah, but did you buy the material?
No, he bought the material.
Wow.
Yeah. He came out, looked at it. I told him what color, and I said, I want whatever, Trex or whatever that crap is. He redid the top of the banister, and then the decking, then the step, and then he fixed the step, made it perfectly level. It looks like a new deck. Wow. But he didn't do the under part, the decking.
Yeah, right.
But that guy, Valerio, who did our closet and stuff, he also did our master bathroom, and he knocked it out of the park. Oh, man, did he knock it out of the park.
I started thinking maybe I sent it to Trish sometimes.
I knew a kid growing up. What do they say? A savant?
Could be.
He lived with his parents. His name was Brad. He was in his 40s, and his social skills were really bad. I mean, like zero. I guess nowadays they'd say he was on the spectrum, but this is when I was, 12 years old, and he would come play basketball with us. But I never really knew what a photographic memory was till I met him. You could show him any baseball, basketball, magazine, anything with any writing on it, period. Anything, a book, a 500-page novel, a 1,000-page novel. And you could say, page 48, he could read it to you. Any baseball.
That's crazy.
He could read off the stats of anything forever, not like a novelty like you remember it for a minute. Anything he ever did. And I always thought, my God, the human brain's amazing. Anything this guy's ever seen, he remembers like that. But there's no way he could work. There was no job he could do.
Yeah.
That's what he could do, was that. And I guess there was nothing back then to take advantage of that. He was incredible, though.
I knew a guy in college that had a photographic memory. And
you would think they run out of room at some point.
I don't know.
I guess can you imagine being there where your brain's full? So the next thing that comes in, the last thing
something goes out.
Some memory when you were 8 weeks old drops off.
Bo must be over there eating away.
Let me tell you, there's not many people I know that if they're at your house will go directly to your refrigerator and just start eating. It's very bizarre. I could care less, but it's like, wow.
I find it hysterical. He's like a child, but in an endearing way.
Yeah.
Not like, he doesn't annoy
drives Tom
me.
crazy.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
He'll be like, just in the pantry. What are you doing in my pantry?
He's like, what are you doing with no food when I'm over here?
Yeah, exactly.
There's only paper plates in there and plastic cups.
I know. When Bo was at our house, I made sure he had
Real stuff. I remember.
Oh, you were there.
Yeah.
I'm sure he had ceramic and regular forks.
Yeah, right.
Like, hate for the princess to have to eat off a paper plate. But I do kind of get it. I think here's the deal. Because of his handicap, it's hard for him to, like, paper plates are flimsy.
Yeah.
So it would be very hard for him to carry that around. So it kind of makes sense. Speak of the devil.
Look at that. He's got food in his pocket.
Yes.
Did you get tacos?
I did.
I
went up twice.
What kind are they? Or they have all kinds of meat?
It's a buffet.
It's a buffet. It's like...
How about that? They started the morning out with Santiago's breakfast burritos. Now they have a full taco bar.
And the guacamole's wonderful.
Is it?
Was it Santiago's?
No.
I think that's the occasion over there.
Sales day. High fives.
There's a lot of food there.
Yeah.
Thanks,
so
Scott.
I learned years ago, radio stations do not pay for food. They don't. They
don't?
trade out for food.
Oh.
Oh, for advertising.
Any buffet, any food, pizza, donuts, anything that is edible, they do not pay for. Beer. You go down to the third floor. What is it called where they do the concerts?
Studio
They have
C.
just beer everywhere. It's everything is trade.
Oh, there's beer down on the third floor.
Hell, they're
Don't
remodeled
give
for all
any
the
funny
bathrooms.
ideas, Bo.
Hey, I got to call.
Better go down the elevator.
There used to be beer right on this floor.
Really?
The
I can't
drunken
imagine.
troubleshooter show.
The few times we had that
want-
brewery in, and I had a few. I'm like, I can't
Yeah.
do that.
One time.
If Tom's doing this show, I don't mind sitting back getting beer drunk, I call it.
They have mimosas one time back there.
Over on the sales side?
One time I had beer on the job.
champagne.
I'll
Come on,
never
people,
do it again.
give us some thumbs up here. Look at this. My wife came in today, the beautiful Suze.
Oh, yeah.
We got Deputy Bo over here getting hot water for people, or at least shaking them up. We got Deputy Dollar that I assigned something to him. I forget what it is. And then,
He'll get to
then
it
my
next week.
goodness, we got Brad O'Brien in here helping people left and right. Not the hearts, the thumbs up.
That's me doing the hearts.
Oh.
Phone number.
Okay, 2 brandy, please, because we're going to get the DMV people on.
All right, 303-713-8255. Real quick, I want to tell you about Apple Air, though. Yeah, this is a Troubleshooter Show, but we got great sponsors. Apple Air, and I just bragged to Bo about this. That's why I am leading off with this. Deputy Bo, you saw the invoice. One company wanted $5,000. You said, I want to see it to believe it. Did you believe it?
It was insane.
$5,000 to fix a gas leak. Apple Air,
tiny leak.
Tiny leak. Apple Air went out there and replaced the entire line, fixed the gas leak, $800, and that was an extremely fair price. Saved them $4,200.
And they replaced the entire line.
And they replaced the line. Listen, Apple Air, that ends in an E.com. HVAC Plumbing, AppleAir.com. Great people, Todd Terry, Shane Terry. Now, listen, I'm just going to jump into this because we are absolutely overloaded. We're going to have an update coming up from a title expert. It's top secret. I can't say where they're from. Could be DMV, but I can't say. I've been sworn to secrecy. They know everything about titles. We had a caller first hour that basically said, I bought a car from Carvana. It's been 5 months. I registered it. I got my plates. Everything's normal. Now they're insisting that I sell it back to them. I never heard of anything like it, nor has some of our other experts. But Suzanne, behind the scenes, you've been working with somebody.
I have, yes.
And she's got it figured out.
Yep, she's going to come on and sort of explain the situation and explain to Dwayne.
So we're going to do that coming up real quick. We get results here, folks. 303 Martino. It's real simple like this. Now back to Brandy. Brandy, first of all, I appreciate you being so patient. Let's just jump into the problem. I know it's in a very expensive tow, but give me the backstory. Throw some color on it.
Okay, so my son went to Cheyenne Frontier Days, and unfortunately, when he left, he got pulled over and he got a DUI. But he hit the car like going down a hill, so basically, he got pulled over in the parking lot of a casino there, and so they towed it. The only thing that was going on with the truck was that he must have hit something under.
Hey, Brandy, when you say, hold on, these questions are very important. First of all, did this happen in Wyoming or Colorado?
Oh, it happened in Wyoming.
Okay, so in Wyoming, when he finally pulled over or the car came to a stop or whatever that looks like, did he pull into the Indio Casino like in the parking lot and just park?
Yeah, he pulled in, and that's when he called me to say.
But he parked like in a parking spot, like if he was a patron.
He was just pulled in there. He wasn't like parked. He just pulled into the parking lot itself.
Was he blocking anybody?
No.
Okay.
He pulled to the very back.
And I assume that's where the cops came up. They did their thing. He gets a DUI. And does he go off to jail or what?
Yeah, he went off to jail. They took his friend, let somebody come pick up his friend. And then, I wasn't able to go pick up the vehicle.
Okay, now hold on. Let me ask you a couple questions here. I know the vehicle got towed because we already know that. So did it ultimately get towed because the police called a tow truck company or because a casino called a tow truck company?
The police called the tow truck company.
I got it. So the municipality or the police, the city of Cheyenne, whoever that was, called the tow truck. The tow truck picked it up and they brought it to a storage lot?
Yes, which was like 1.2 miles away from the casino parking lot.
And who eventually and when did it get picked up?
I believe it was that evening within an hour. It was I-80 towing.
Wait a minute. No. Oh, no, I don't mean the tow truck. The tow truck came, that's fine. Within 1 hour, they bring it back to their lot. When did you or your son or someone pick up the car?
Oh, we still haven't been able to pick up the car because they won't release it to us without that $3,500 initially on top of.
How long did they store it?
The DUI happened on the 18th of June or July, and she was nice enough to tell me that next day that, well, I'm going to not, since you're trying to take care of it, I'm going to waive the storage fees on Saturday and Sunday because he wasn't going to be able to be released from jail until Monday. So come Monday, I called him and I said, listen, he's not going to probably get out until 5 or 6, which would probably be your after hours, correct? And she said, yeah, and I don't want to charge you for the after hours fee because you're looking at a substantial tow fee. And I'm like, well, wait, what do you mean? And put me on hold for 10 minutes or more and come back on and told me it's looking so far at $3,500.
Now, why would it be that, though? Or they're saying, how far away is this? How far did they tow it?
Less than a mile and a half.
Miles.
1.2.
Yeah.
Wow.
And how long at this point? So, wait.
This was a Friday through a Monday.
Yeah. Oh, my God. So it happened on Friday. Monday, they want $3,500.
That's insane.
Yeah.
You're sure about that?
And then get this. I'm like, I even told her, I said, I mean, how is this possible for somebody to do?
Yeah, how is it?
I mean, he's in jail, he's getting out, now has to deal with the DUI, which that's his consequences, has nothing to do with the tow.
Yeah.
But she said, well, we're unregulated. So I talked to the State Patrol and they gave me a number to a guy that kind of helps out with that that works for the State Patrol, but it's a process. So just for, just to see if they were kind of trying to pull something, because his friend had made a comment that tow truck driver said, wow, this is a really nice truck.
3,500. We don't have to go much further than this. I was talking to Brad O'Brien, our legal expert. He's a property guy in studio with us. Real estate, he knows everything. But just as a legal mind, and Brad, I want to ask you just your thought. Once again, unconscionable. $3,500. If everything we're hearing is correct, the police call him because he can't drive. He's going to jail. They call the tow truck company to get it out of the Indian casino or whatever it is. And they charge him for apparently 1 mile, under 2 miles, $3,500 for a tow.
Yeah, that sounds unconscionable because it bears no rational relation to what it costs them to tow it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a regular tow truck. They're doing the shakedown. Now the problem is we're X amount days, so now they're going to say, I bet you what they'd say now is, look, well, now you owe us for storage. So it's either going to be more. How much will they do right now?
She told me, well, I've just been in contact with her, and she told me that, it just all depends on when we can get it, on what the end price will be. But
what the hell does that mean?
It's been since July 18th.
Wait, it's just arbitrary, depending on what day you pick it up. So they are charging you storage.
And not only that, because she did tell me when I did call, the next week, that, hey, I just want to be in contact.
All right. I'm putting her on hold. Look, it's a Wild West out there. I love Wyoming. We've been looking in Laramie. I'm not going to get into that. But I want to do this. Let's call the tow truck company. Let's call them up. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to be nice. Let's see if they'll come on. Maybe we can just get a deal struck. Maybe we can negotiate it, arbitrate it, mediate it, whatever we got to mediate it, and get it done. Let's just get it done. You do have money right now, though, or does your son have money? I mean, honest to God, Brandy, do you guys have funds right now to get this done if we can get it done?
Yes, absolutely. And let me tell you one more thing that makes me...
Is there a lien? I'm hoping he owes more. Does he owe more on this vehicle than it's worth?
Oh, way more than that, $3,500. I mean, he just got it less than a year ago.
No, I'm saying, does he... he has payments on it, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's all I needed to know. Okay, hold tight. Give Axeman the information. Axeman, please pull your magic. Get these guys on. If we got to go the route of, come on and name this tune, you can win something. I don't care what it is. They have to know they're coming on the air, or else Zach won't put them on. I get that, Zach, but we have ways.
I just looked up, and tow companies in Wyoming, there's not really a lot of regulations.
No, it's the wild, wild west.
And
the judge's brother probably owns a tow company.
Was it in there for 4 days?
Originally 3 days.
That's almost like $700 a day.
Well, it says there's no capping of recovery or storage fees.
If there's no regulation, then you can argue unconscionability.
Yeah.
Well, what they should have done is pick it up Monday, paid the $3,600, and went after them. Because now it's been sitting down there and you have storage.
Well, they can argue that they couldn't pick it up because of that, but for that
Tell them we're going to
illegal demand.
They want to get their truck back. We'll try to come up with it.
And how can you pick it up when you're sitting in jail?
Don't stop payment on the check.
Right, Scott.
That's right.
That was a good call.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was a great call, great outcome.
That was good radio.
That was incredible. When she bounced that check to him, my head almost exploded.
I know you were on fire.
Joe Chiano, my friend, the retirement expert. I have known Joe now for years and years and years. What I love about Joe is his product. He decided a long time ago, look, I want people to be able to retire, and I mean this, be able to retire and not worry about the stock market. He has different products out there that are amazing, but something else that he's doing now, and you're going to love this, it's coming up. I know it's the 11th. It's coming up next week in Highlands Ranch. And it's an event, and it's got to do with wills and trusts and what happens if you do not have an estate plan. And let me tell you what, it can ruin people's lives. Joe, tell them about the event coming up.
That is right, Mark. I have 52 years of experience in retirement planning. And I know that everybody needs estate planning. But meeting people on a daily basis, you'd be surprised how many people don't even have a will. They don't even have a will.
That's crazy.
So during this seminar, it's going to be purely educational. We're going to be talking about what is estate planning, who should have an estate plan, what are the legal documents that make the basic estate plan, and what is the estate administration and probate process.
Yep.
And what types of taxes are involved in estate planning.
You know, Joe, just a side note, when you said taxes on estate planning, we get callers, and I mean probably monthly, that think they're doing their kids or their beneficiaries a good deed, and they do like a quit claim deed on their house, and they end up paying so much taxes. It's absolutely crazy. An estate plan is essential, and not just if you have kids. It's essential in life. Where is it? I know it's in Highlands Ranch. I believe it's at the library, right?
That is right. There's going to be an educational event at the Highlands Ranch Library in Ridgeline, I believe, and it's going to be at 11:30 in the morning.
Nice.
On the 11th,
coming up
we're going
quick.
to be providing some sandwiches. And, we're going to have a good time, and it's going to be purely educational.
And people can ask, guys, you're going to love this. Estate planning, if you haven't thought about it or haven't updated your will, it's purely information. You want to check it out, 100% free. And you can see all the details and get signed up at becomethebanker.org. Becomethebanker.org. Go there, get signed up right now. These guys are great. I've known Joe forever. And if you have any questions on estate planning, now's the time to check it out. Becomethebanker.org. Thanks, Joe.
You bet, Mark.
Okay. So my title expert is up with the caller.
Is that Dwayne?
Right after this one?
I thought Dwayne was a woman.
No, not for the Carvana.
Oh, for some reason I thought she was a woman.
My DMV expert, title expert is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I was thinking of the Hyundai person.
CMG Financial. If you need a home loan, go direct. You're crazy not to call John Clays. He works for CMG, and he can loan you money on your house anywhere in this country. And because they're direct, because CMG loans out over $2 billion every single month, they're quick. All the underwriters are right there. My son used them last year in Nebraska. First new house, young man, first house. He went 28 days from filling out the application and talking to John to the closing table. And my daughter and her new husband just used his VA benefits for a VA loan through John, and it went absolutely perfect. On top of that, Suzanne and I use them for a 30-year line of credit on the equity in our house. We can pay it up, pay it down. It's like having this big chunk of money you can use anytime. You're going to love dealing with John. I don't care where you're living in the United States. Call him directly. 303-577-7206. Cut out the middleman. 303-577-7206 or partnerinlending.com. God, we are busy as hell today.
Yes.
We were busy as hell yesterday.
Wait, are you going to take my title expert?
I'm going right there. I'm going to say, basically, we're trying to get a hold of the tow company. I'm going to do that.
Okay, thank you.
So as soon as we come back, first thing I'm going to do is go to the comment on the water heater. That's what we decided.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll go to the issue with insurance. Then I'll circle back
water
to the...
heater. Is this my deal?
I don't know.
Oh,
Mark is just trying to irritate me.
I've never in my life irritated
this is like the old
anybody.
days, 20
Mark's
years ago.
never irritated anybody in his life.
I've actually asked people, I said, have I ever irritated you? And I always hear no.
No.
What does Fauci say?
You sure you were talking to Mark?
Due to the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution. I plead the Fifth. There again.
What is this monoline paint? Oh, this is our new umbrella.
Yeah, I asked Brian, I said, do I need to
Make sure
pay
that's
that?
all
Or
legit.
I said, are you going to put it on the CC? I said, Mark does not like paying fees on the CC. If So make sure.
Do not pay, just ACH or whatever.
Oh, well, I'm asking Brian. He's been typing me.
Unless the fee is, if the fee's 2%, it's fine. Then it's the same thing. It's 0 fee.
Oh.
Because we have 2% back. This time of year, Brad, is horrible. I hate this month. Our homeowners, we pay yearly. Our homeowners are due. Our autos due. All of our insurance are due in August. It's like,
it sucks.
So
I hate August. And I hate insurance. All right, 303-713-8255. Look, Axeman, I believe, is talking to the tow truck company. We're going to try to do something there. So in the interim, we had a call first hour. Listen to this. I'm going to recap it really quick. He bought a vehicle from Carvana. It was a 2025 Grand Cherokee. I have no idea how much he spent on it, but the bottom line was he had a temporary tag. He got the paperwork in the mail like we all do. He went down to DMV. He got his registration. He got his plates. He put them on. Life continued. He bought a vehicle. That was it. You think it's that simple? No, because then he gets a call from Carvana saying, hey, something's going on with that title. It's been washed or something. I mean, they had every excuse in the world, and he really didn't know what happened. And they want him, and they're trying to force him to sell the vehicle back to him. Now, they have said, hey, we'll let you out of this deal altogether. We'll refund the money. I assume that means all the payments he's made.
And they are also, I think, offering to give him like a $3,000 deposit to a new vehicle if he wants to do business with them again.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to make it right.
So my head was about to explode. I'm going, I bought a lot of cars in my life. I can't imagine if I went down and bought a car and I register it, and all of a sudden, 5 months later, this company is telling me I have to sell it back to them.
Mark, right.
But think about this. Here's what I want to know, and we're going to bring up our title expert, and it's top secret. I can't say who she is, where she's from.
And we appreciate her so much.
Big time. We appreciate her coming on, and she knows what she's talking about. But, Brooke, I want to ask you something. I want to ask you what's going on with this. We sent you all the information. But even more importantly, what happens if he sold it to someone else in the interim and they sold it to someone else? Do I have to go down the chain and make the other people buy it back? Can Carvana literally twist his arm and make him sell the vehicle back to him from what you've seen? Please explain.
Yeah, so from the knowledge that I have, it seems like the very first owner of this vehicle, when they went ahead and sold it, so there's been technically, this customer is now like the third owner. The very original one, there was a lien holder filed, right? So there was a bank loan on this vehicle. That bank technically owns this vehicle because that loan has never been paid off.
Got it.
Because when that customer went ahead and traded in or sold the vehicle to the next person or dealership, they didn't disclose that. So what they did is illegal. That's called washing the title.
Brooke, let me ask you, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but let me ask you something, because my understanding was this. My understanding is a dealership, and Carvana's a dealership, at least in the state of Colorado, they're not supposed to sell anything until they have the title and everything in order. They're simply not supposed to do it. If they don't have it in order and it's being shipped in or mailed in from another state, they basically have 30 days to deliver it. Is that not true?
That is true. And it looks like they pretty much held everything on their end. But sometimes there's these things that can just, I hate saying like it can just happen because it's fraudulent activity. And there's some stuff where the bank could be the original bank or lien holder could have been a what's called like a outside finance institution, anything like that. And sometimes it's not fully disclosed.
Got it.
And so that's how some people can kind of get around some of that type of stuff, which is unfortunate. And Carvana is doing the correct thing as far as just wanting to give everything back. Like the customer should be reimbursed for any sales tax and registration due because he's not going to be able to own that vehicle. And technically that what can happen is that bank is going to come after the car. It's not necessarily the person, but they're going to come for the car because that is their property.
How about the payments he's already made? I would argue all day long they got to give him that if it comes down to it.
Oh, 100%.
I mean,
and that would be Carvana. because
Sales
they are the
tax,
ones that
registration
originated that
fees,
sale.
anything, Brooke, correct? They need to reimburse everything.
So I want to understand what he faces right now. I'm going to lock you and bring Dwayne up too. So Dwayne, I'll let you ask questions in a minute, but I want to understand this, Brooke.
Yeah.
I don't know how they would force him to sell it back or transfer it back, but I think what I'm hearing is it doesn't matter, because ultimately what Dwayne is risking is someday he parks at Walmart to go grocery shopping and his car's gone because it got repoed by the bank. But
correct.
But they cannot, Carvana probably cannot force Dwayne to sell it back, right? Without going to court and literally having some kind of judgment or some kind of action. And I don't even know what that would look like. I mean, how does that work? Do you know?
Yeah, that gets a little bit more challenging just because it depends on the law and just how his contract reads. I thank you for sending everything over, and I didn't look at the great specifics of that.
Sure.
But technically, right, like it would end up going to court. And then that's where you kind of get into the risk of them being able to pull some, a little finessing as far as like lawyer fees, stuff like that. So I believe it is better, and it's a better practice to just go ahead and unwind it, but make sure that you document and that they reimbursed everything.
And what
they absolutely should.
And I love what she's saying. Dwayne, the biggest problem I see here is the fact that the people that actually own that vehicle can come get it at any time. That's the problem here. It has nothing to do with Carvana at this point. They created this mess. I'll say that. I understand what Brooke's saying is, the title got washed. They didn't know this happened. I mean, let's face it, Carvana, this is not their business model. There's no doubt about it. Now, Brooke, let me ask you this. If it was a bigger dealership, say around Denver, a local one, say Elway or something like that, what typically do you think a bigger dealership would do? I know they're going to undo it, the sales tax, the payments, I get all that. But should he ask for, say, $5,000, forget about the credit with Carvana? What do you think would be fair to make Carvana's life easier if he agreed to it?
Yeah, see, now I've worked for some pretty large dealerships as well, and it's never fun when you have a situation that's like this. But essentially, it's like, yeah, if you want to still do business with us, we would honor I would say for this, because it has been 2 months and he's had the vehicle, he did the registry, went through the whole thing. I would say anywhere between like $3,000 to $5,000, but offer, of course, a deposit if he still feels comfortable doing business with them. But just regardless, right? Like it shouldn't have to be just to do business with Carvana. It should just be a reimbursement in general. Just good practice, a good business practice. Because then that's when people are like, oh yeah, this is a cruddy deal. But in the end, they still honored. So it kind of makes them look better.
Yeah, of course
but also
it does.
It helps the customer feel better too. And that's what matters.
So, Dwayne, everything Brooke said, I now understand it. And once again, the bottom line is what could bite you in the ass is you don't own the vehicle. You're making payments on it. You need to get every payment back, sales tax, registration, any cost you have in this at all. And I wouldn't ask them. I'd go in there kind of guns a-blazing.
Any vehicle maintenance reports, new
oil
tires,
changes,
oil change, whatever.
You have them make you whole on the vehicle and don't make
What
stuff
about
up.
reimbursing insurance?
I'd even do that. Hell yeah, I would do that.
Sure.
Dwayne, do you have any questions for our expert?
Hold on, I want to say this. I would not want them to say, hey, I'll give you a $3,000 credit towards another vehicle, because I'm not sure I would trust them not to raise that other vehicle by $3,000. I tell them I want $3,000 or $5,000 in greenbacks.
Yeah. No, and that's kind of what my question was, as far as, what are my rights in this? And it sounds kind of like
you're screwed.
It's just getting tossed down.
Yeah, and I don't think they did it on purpose, but I mean, the problem is you don't own that vehicle. You never will. Brooke, and I'm sure I'm getting a little outrageous here, but what would happen if he sold it and the guy he sold it to sold it? It would still be the same thing. Whoever currently owned it, the bank could come grab that vehicle, even if it was sold 3 times, right?
Yeah, and then if something were to come down to true like legal or court issues, right? And then if someone actually, whoever knows about it,
that's the fraud.
So that's the problem. So right, like then, so since Corona did know and notify, and then if they were to go ahead and do that and try and the next person keeps trying to make a profit off of this vehicle, that's where it could get extremely messy.
Oh, big time. If you sold it right now, because you can, like COVID days where you could actually make money on a car, honestly, you'd be in trouble because you know the outcome. But that's basically it. If you want help, I'm going to put him on hold. Dwayne, if you want help doing negotiations, I can have Dimitri help you. He's very good at situations like this and probably has the ability to make them understand that, give this guy some cash and undo the entire thing. And that's going to be the best thing. So ask Dwayne offline there. Brooke, I really, really, truly appreciate you coming on. We reached out to some other people that simply just didn't know the answer to this. And you said you worked for a large dealership. I assume this happens to pretty much all large dealerships, at least occasionally. It's something that no one wants to happen. But I mean, it's not a one-off. Would you say that's correct?
Yeah, this is far and few in between. Usually you wouldn't see this happen. A lot of the times we'll have, it's usually an auction vehicle, right? Or something dealt with Carvana. I've had Carvana issues before too. As far as like titling stuff, it'd take like a year and a half for a poor customer to get their title. Yeah. Just because of some complications. But yeah, it's far and few. And so that's the one thing to be wary of when buying from auction or like these types of institutions. Yeah. Yeah, most of the time, let's say like a good 75 to 80%, maybe, I don't know, 90 even, where everything will be okay, but you're still at that risk.
Yeah, I get it, especially with models like that. You buy a car. Brooke, I really do appreciate it. And if we have a question in the future, Suzanne will email you if you don't mind. Not like we get these calls every day. But we... No,
you're good.
Honestly, I really appreciate it. And people out there, listen, you know what? I don't know if you ever use Carvana, but I think you're crazy. Use local people. Suzanne and I have bought so many vehicles locally. I mean, generally, we bought from the McDonald Group, Hyundais left and right, Genesis left and right. Literally 8-9 vehicles. You just want
Tesla.
A good local dealership. They're going to take care of you. If there was a problem like this with them, they'd figure it out. I mean, that's just the bottom line. Use people that are here. Okay? Maybe that's the best way to say it. Anyhow, I appreciate that. Now, listen, coming up after the break, Axeman, you talked to the tow company, I-80 Towing, the $3,600 1-mile tow. Oh, he's shaking his head, baby. I'm
smiling,
dying,
Mark.
I'm dying to hear what's coming up right after this.
Look at that smile.
Hey, Sis, I got confused. I thought Dwayne was the expert for the title issue, but Dwayne was the original caller.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought,
we're on the same
that's when I said,
now.
well, that's a woman,
Dwayne's a woman?
When's Dwayne been a woman? No.
I was confused for a minute.
I'm surprised Carvana just didn't pay the lien off and not even...
It was way too much.
What would you know what the amount was?
$76,000.
Yeah,
$76,000.
Oh, that's like
$6,000. How could you have $76,000?
Somebody sold the car and didn't have to pay off the loan?
What she explained was some states, they're
going to have to pay off the loan. They're going to have to. The customer
holds the title, not the state. In some states, the customer holds the title.
I didn't know that.
But somebody sold it without having to pay off the loan.
XL Roofing, that's who did Suzanne and I's roof, our hailproof roof, and I brag about it. You know why? Because we were able to raise our hailwind deductible significantly, and we saved money on our homeowners renewal. You're going to love dealing with XL. They're the only contractor I know where you do not pay a cent. Think about that. Until you're content. I am very, very happy, and so is Suzanne, to call the Brett's family, basically. They're friends. We hang out together. We've gone to games together. We've been up to their place and vice versa, and they're just great people. You're going to love them, and you're dealing with trusted local roofers. You're dealing with people right here that have been here forever. You're dealing with people, if there is a problem, they're going to come out and fix it. You're dealing with people that if you just need a roof repair, not a new roof, they'll come out and repair your roof. You're dealing with people that will clean your gutters. You're dealing with people that sell whole house Christmas lights during the winter because they're beautiful, and I even bought those from Excel. You know, those LED lights that you can program. They do everything. I love it. You're going to love dealing with this company. Their pricing's great. In fact, it's so good, you can go to xlroofing.com and listen to this. You can get a price right on their website. If you have hail damage, for goodness sakes, call Excel Roofing. Listen to me again. If there's hail damage, call Excel Roofing, and make sure you call them before the insurance company. They're going to come out, make sure there is damage, so you don't end up on a clue report. xlroofing.com.
I didn't know the lien was 76 grand.
Yeah.
Maybe
That was like a few grand.
Somebody committed huge
maybe they
fraud.
rolled in a previous auto and with some negative
Oh, is that
equity.
2025 Jeep Wrangler?
Well, I have a-
Someone
I have
on
a Jeep Grand
YouTube,
Cherokee.
someone on YouTube, Brad, said something interesting. What happens if he totaled the car? The car was a total,
Oh.
and he gets the check. That would be very
That's
interesting.
crazy.
That's an interesting
Insurance fraud.
Well, no, I mean, if he already totaled it not knowing this happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, the insurance fraud for sure now.
That is a good question.
Oh, the proceeds.
What kind of car was it?
It was a 2025 like Jeep Wrangler.
It's a brand new,
Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Jeep Cherokee
Well, how
Grand.
could that be worse than
It's a
$100,000?
$100,000 vehicle
Oh, it is? It's $100,000.
when it was new.
That's a good point. Because if he bought the insurance, that's his insurance. He paid for it.
It's his insurance. And as far as he knew, it's his interest in the vehicle.
That's a great question.
Well, he's a bona fide purchaser for value without knowledge.
Then what would have happened, I think, is Carvana would have been forced to pay the lease off probably. Because his insurance is just going to make him whole. Maybe.
Well, this falls under the UCC, and a bona fide purchaser for value is protected from a claim of a prior.
Interesting.
See, I was thinking
She's saying that lien, though, that first lien from the bank is going to supersede anything. Which I don't quite understand, but I do believe her because I know who she is.
Okay.
That woman has probably sold 8 million cars.
I was thinking, Brad,
Or not sold, but transactions.
older in due course, like if Dwayne would have sold it to you, then wouldn't you be a holder in due course? And you don't have any knowledge of.
Well, that's of an instrument, like a promissory note.
I don't know how we
Not
got
a- not
plates
a
without the
property.
lien showing.
Oh, okay.
The Colorado DMV didn't see it.
Yeah, but they can't transfer. That stuff's all in the computer.
They were able to. He had a clean title as far as
Hey, ask
as
Martino.
far as Colorado DMV.
Suzanne, text Tom and ask him leather saddle restoration. Any ideas? I mean, he used to own a damn stable. Hey, Axeman, did we ever hear back from the horse rescue from yesterday? Okay. We have another one that we're going to light up tomorrow. I forget which one it is, but we've given them now 24 hours to return
right.
our call. They haven't called anybody. It was the one with the patio that looked like the worst patio job you have ever seen in your life. So we're going to light him up tomorrow like a Christmas tree. Like my whole house lights from Excel.
That's right.
This call brought to you by Excel Whole House Lighting. Guys, I do love the lighting, though. I love it.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
I usually run all red, or I'll use red, white, and blue, like America themed. When Broncos are playing, I'm doing the orange. It's so cool.
Scott and I didn't get to see it. We didn't get to see it when we were at your house last. Was that someone's birthday? And we both came down?
Oh, for their birthday.
Right.
You're and Addie's
you didn't
little
have the
birthday party we had.
Oh, we didn't have them on?
I think we were drinking
I don't
too
think
much.
so.
No, I was looking for him, but I think we were drinking too much of your single barrel rye.
That could be.
Don't worry about it. I knew where that was stashed in the cabinet. The way we found it, we were sipping on Mark's. All right.
Wait a minute. You found it.
Of course, I find everything, Scott.
It wasn't we.
Oh. Scott just watched.
Yeah, that's right.
You're trouble.
I got a nose for booze and food. Especially when it's not
lemon drop stuff.
Didn't you grab it?
No, I didn't. Where is it?
Someone must have taken
Yeah,
it.
we
in the
thought
fridge?
it was in the fridge last
All
week.
right, folks, 303-713-8255. Once again, I thank our title expert there, and hopefully Paul gets where he's going. Now, Axeman, we had this lady. Son gets a DUI coming back from Frontier Days. Now, I'm not even going to get into the aspect of that, but because he got into legal trouble does not mean that people should be able to bend him over. It just doesn't mean that way. So think what you will about the kid getting in trouble, too much to drink. Apparently, he pulled over in an Indian casino and parked the vehicle. He gets arrested, goes to jail. The cops call the tow truck, and it's I-80 towing. And I-80 towing comes down, grabs his vehicle. It's a pickup truck, and drives it a mile and a half.
1.2 miles, Mark.
1.2 miles. 1.2 miles. And the mother calls up the next day. She's Brandy. She's on the line. I'm going to bring her up. And they want $3,600 if she picks it up that Monday. Now it's been a couple weeks. I wanted you to call over there and see if we can't get them on and come up with an amount that's fair and get this done. What did our good friends at I-80 Towing have to say? I don't got you.
I talked to them for quite a while. They first didn't know the call until I gave them the dates. Like, they didn't know the name, the amount, anything about it. But then they said, no, there's no owner I could talk to or anything. So they just said, no comment. There's nothing they want to do right now.
That's the update?
Yep.
That's the update.
That's a letdown.
Oh, my God. I teased the hell out of that for that? Come on.
That's a letdown.
All right, who's going to call over there with Brandy? Oh, wait a minute. Brandy, who is the owner of it? It's going to have to be your son.
Yeah.
Yeah, when can he talk? Is he still in the can?
No, he's out. He's at work right now, but we can probably get him on the phone.
Yeah, let's do this. I want Dimitri on this one, too. This is a negotiation tactic. You know, Dimitri solved a case, not just like this, but similar, a bad deal over stolen tools. I'm not even going to get into it, but he literally solved it with a pizza, okay? If you can negotiate $1,000 deal with a pizza, you should be able to come up something fair with this. So, Brandy, I want you to give your son's information to Axe. Axe is going to pass it on to Deputy D. Deputy D is going to reach out with your son, the registered owner, and try to come up with a fair price. Okay? Does that sound good? That's where we're going to go with this.
Okay, perfect.
Let's do this. And if they're going to be totally outrageous, here's the problem. You know what they should have done? In my opinion, they should have paid the $3,600 on Monday. They only had the vehicle 2 days, and then go after him for what is actually fair and equitable. And a mile and a half tow at $3,600. I don't think there's a judge in the world, even down there in the wild, wild west. I don't think there's a judge in the world would find that conscionable. I don't think so. I think they would have got a refund of at least $1,600, something like that. I really do. But now that it's sat there for a period of time, there's storage, there's other things. But if we can get this done, tell Dimitri, I'll buy the pizza. Let's see what we can figure out here. They're going to have to pay something. Tell them extra cheese, pepperoni, sausage, onions.
On a sesame seed bun.
Referral list T-shirts.
Referral list T-shirt.
We gave that. Dimitri gave that lady a T-shirt too. It was small. It's but all I got back there.
Perfect. Awesome. I will pass this along to our deputy if he hears anything.
But how many people do you think would say, okay, my son's in the can, we'll pay the $3,600 and go after him? I don't think the average person
No, you're good, man.
would think like that. They're
Well,
saying,
if you ever had a vehicle that was impounded, maybe you parked in an apartment complex or something. If you ever had anything impounded, for God's sake, you would. Because it grows every hour.
So they said like $800 a day, for 4 days. It's just that's crazy.
Well, it's unregulated up there. Very
It's wild. It's Wyoming.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
We're looking kind of in Laramie occasionally.
Boycotting Frontier Days. I'll never go up there.
It's the best kite flying weather in the country, I think.
Yeah, I was in Laramie last week.
We were up there all the time when Addie was in law school.
Oh.
When do you want me to do Sheridan, sir? I'm going to handle all these because I'm going to basically talk to Brad till the end.
Okay.
But I want to make sure we get them.
The leather saddle.
All right, I want to tell you about Sheridan Auto Tech. Uncle Kevin, you need a place to get your oil changes, your cooling system flushes, your transmission services, power steering services, anything you can imagine, normal maintenance. Kevin is your guy. Now, you need a place that can diagnose and fix a car, whether it's the entire engine or just a head gasket or a transmission. Kevin is your guy. And listen to this, nationwide, 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. Once again, nationwide. You got to check him out. I personally use Kevin. SheridanAutotech.com. That's SheridanAutotech.com.
You're calling into a radio show.
I don't know what you want to do. Tommy doesn't know anybody for the restoration.
It's a story about the leather. I might know somebody.
It's
Where
a
do they want
leather
that?
saddle restoration. It's a family heirloom.
A saddle's like
If you
2,000-3,000.
want, my friend Dan DeRue from Fox, he knows. I think he knows a good one.
Will you work
Okay.
on that tonight, and I'll bring them up tomorrow?
Yes, give me the information. I'll call.
Make sure you find a good one, though.
Oh,
There's
Or
a good one down.
trustworthy.
There's a good one downtown.
yeah, because
It's been
my
there.
only point I told this guy, I emailed him back. I said, we don't have a referral, but I'm happy to get you on to get listener referrals.
Oh, you want to just do that?
Are you going to bring them on
I
or not?
want you to find
Okay,
one.
Axe,
You'll hear my lead when I come back, what I'm doing.
get line. After Mark comes back, what you're going to be doing, just so you know, is getting Line 4's phone number and sending it to Bo, and Bo's going to help him with the referral. But we're going to handle it on the air first, okay?
And what was the insurance call on one? What was that about? Any idea?
Restoration.
Okay.
I can ask.
Friend DeRue knows.
They've been holding since 1:15. Ouch.
Well, it's a busy show.
Yeah, it's a great day.
Is that Jenny? I love how he spelled
What's
it.
the lady's name? Jenny.
Jenny.
Jenny, the horse saddle lady.
I knew a chick.
No,
I
it's
call
Paul
it.
is the saddle person.
I knew a genie.
No, Dan DeRue knows
Oh.
somebody. And I got to call him tonight anyway. Yeah, I said it out there so I wouldn't forget it.
By the way,
'Cause I'll
somebody
forget it.
took the lemon drop.
You didn't really take it?
I did not. Did you take the lemon?
Oh, God bless you.
Yeah, I offered it to both of you guys, and none of you got.
Oh, you did?
Did Adam take it?
Axe took it. Okay.
Oh.
Because I saw it on Monday. Bo said Friday Jeff was going to take it. Come Monday, I still see it. I don't know if it's any good, so I grab it.
Was it any good?
I don't know. I didn't drink
Oh, a
it.
cocktail.
What do you
I'll
say?
check with Girl Friday.
You're too young to be drinking.
All right.
Someone
so
call ATF.
I'm going to make 2 batches of lemon drops next week.
You know, I didn't have one drink or a sip or anything till I was 21, and I waited a day to make sure.
Waited a day.
I calculated for leap year.
What a good Okie from the Smoky. All right, so no, I could have sworn you got the lemon drops.
Look at me. You take it, stuff.
I was just teasing.
I
you.
called the ATF. We'll handle
All right.
him.
We're
All right,
handling
Scott,
Axe.
you're getting lemon drops next week.
ATF's going to come and arrest poor Axe.
What's ATF?
Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Police.
That's a
Yeah,
real
we'll see a
thing.
couple
That's a real
droppers.
He doesn't want to mess
Wow.
with them because I've dealt with them twice.
Bo, you
Couple agents up here on,
Yeah, they don't screw around.
still looking for
Especially with the
action.
illegal suppressors. Well, that's another story.
I'm from
Okies.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, I forgot. We talked about like
Yeah.
years
That's where we met.
I forgot.
I didn't realize Okie was an offensive
He
term.
was in Tulsa, weren't you? Yeah.
I never knew that was an offensive term until the
Okie?
last 3 or 4 years.
Okie?
From the Great Depression.
I know. I realized I read a book, historical fiction thing. I was like, oh, I call myself an
I,
Okie all the time.
I think the
Didn't
word
realize it was
Sooners is offensive.
offensive.
Like, what did you call the Oklahoma? The Sooners? Because then they come in
The
early.
Boomers?
Sooners. Oklahoma Sooners.
Okie doked.
Yeah.
Those are the claim jumpers.
Yeah, they came in there and jumped. It took the land before it was properly dispersed by the government. Good real estate.
Nothing like good old Oklahoma red soil.
All right, we're going back up. All right, 303-713-8255. Real quick, Jeannie, what is your question with insurance? What's the issue? Jenny.
Jeannie, I'm here. On the 21st of July, a lady ran a stop sign and rammed into my car. The claims, I took the car in to get estimated yesterday, which I drove around my car. And today I got a call saying that it's a total because they don't want to pay $3,000, but they want to give me $4,000 for my title.
Okay, hold on. We got to get it. I've got it. Jenny, I know you've held forever, and I promise, I absolutely promise, first thing in the morning, I want her up. And listen to me. We've got to get up our diminished value expert. I want you to get
Justin Petty details.
Get Justin Petty up, and he's going to help us out. Jenny, I've got a guy, I can't get him up till tomorrow, that's going to come on and tell you exactly what that's worth. And if the bank or insurance company don't want to pay you, we'll get directly involved and make sure you get the right amount. So make sure she gets that. Now, Paul, I know you're listening. Deputy Bo knows somebody big time with the saddle restoration. He's got to find the current number for him. We're going to get you on right in the AM, right after Jenny. I promise. We got a lot cooking tomorrow. I have to finish up with my friend Brad O'Brien, attorney at law, real estate. Listen, I say this all the time. If you're a landlord in this state, there has been so many law changes over the past years. You got to have someone look at that lease. Make sure your lease is up to snuff. Brad, the other thing, if they need help with an eviction, you can help them there, right? You do a lot of evictions?
I do evictions, mechanics liens, foreclosures, but I also do purchases and sales. And I think on commercial real estate, buyers and sellers on both sides always should have an attorney. On residential, a lot of people in Colorado don't use attorneys on residential, but they really should. There's 100 different issues that I could spot on a residential transaction
that a realtor
would just
can't
fly by and nobody would realize it until maybe later or maybe never.
Did you know this in New York? Any property you buy or sell has to go through an attorney?
Yeah, there are some attorney title states on the East Coast, and
well, it's remarkable. It seems like if you start in New York and work your way west, by the time you get to California, like the guy that works at 7-Eleven can do the deal. I mean, it's really crazy. I don't know why people don't have an attorney and everything, especially commercial. And when it comes to residential, I agree 100%. I had an attorney look at ours 15 years ago before I knew you. But listen to this one. New home builds. We've talked about this. Tell people if they're out there looking at a KB home or a Lennar or any new home build, tell them kind of what you have seen.
Builder contracts are for new construction are long. They're custom. There's a lot in there that are landmines. They're very fraught with ways to lose your money, or if you needed to back out for some reason to not get your money back. So those really need to be reviewed by an attorney if you're buying from a builder.
Brad's told us about ones, and we've had calls about ones that people don't read the fine print, and if cost of materials go up, your $700,000 home that you thought you were locked into and made a deal that was getting built, all of a sudden they want $800,000 for, and whether you can afford it or not, it doesn't matter. And whether you want your earnest money back or not doesn't matter because you agreed to those terms.
Yeah, some builder contracts don't seem like they're contracts at all because they let the builder get out very easily, and they don't let the consumer get out for almost any reason.
Yeah, and if you got a dispute with your neighbor over a fence line, a big, small, you call Brad. Anything real estate. I love that. I love having experts we trust here that can help people out there. But I, once again, really do want to emphasize, if you're buying or selling real estate in Colorado, you call up Brad. And for any other real estate issues, 720-370-7388. 720-370-7388. O'Brien Legal Services. His website is olslaw.com. olslaw.com. Brad, I appreciate you coming in as always. helping our listeners, helping the landlords out there, helping people in general. My name's Marc Mager. See you tomorrow. Okay.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, so Brad, I'm calling the Colorado Department of Health. That should have been.
I'm sorry.
What's that? Oh yeah, the health department.
You'd be surprised. 75 people without. No, 100. Yeah, 175. That's a call to the health department.
I'd be curious if they did. Are you going to find